Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music.
Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. And today I'll be using my Kiwi accent instead of my Lower East Side accent. If you haven't guessed, this is not Toby Morse. I'm Dan Smith, and I have kind of hijacked the airwaves over here in his kitchen for a very special announcement. I've been friends with Toby for 25 years or so, and he's always shown me love and support with everything I've done, from my music, from taking bands on tour, having me create artwork for H2O, and countless other things over the years. I've filled in for them a couple times on bass and guitar and made memories I could never forget. In exchange, I've tattooed him a million times and might have seen more of his body than Moon has at this point. And today he surprised me and asked me to do my very own read and announce something that I've been working on that will now be a new sponsor of this very podcast. I grew up playing and loving soccer or football, and if music and tattoos didn't get in the way, I'm literally positive I would have been a pro. A couple years ago, me and my friend Kevin decided to start Field Soccer Supply. Field is a soccer-based clothing brand, but mostly Field's an idea that was created from me being involved in bands and tattooing, etc. for over 25 years and experiencing the crucial, amazing, connecting element of what makes the world go around: community. We kind of exist to elevate the passion for the beautiful game and just connect music, culture, historic moments along the way. So if you've got kids in soccer or you play in an adult league with your mates, you know how it goes. Every season, new uniforms, new fees, new hassles, new everything. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but is literally the #1 sport in America that kids actually stop playing. And the main reason is simply just the cost of everything. All those old polyester jerseys end up in a landfill something too, and the love of the game kind of follows soon after. We're going to do something different. We take old uniforms headed for the dump and recycle them. We then use the recycled polyester to create uniforms that any team can love. They're fully customizable, team kits, fan wear, and also there's a lifestyle and essentials side to it that celebrate amazing moments in soccer and music history combined. You know, playing is the most important thing. We host monthly play-for-free pickup games here in Southern California, and we're just getting started. The goal is to eventually do this everywhere and help make playing doable for anyone. Check out The Field Dream on socials and thefielddream.com for more info and join our team. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to the real host of the pod and get back to the regular programming. Thanks for listening.
I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refined Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. They have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. I got my brother from another mother today, my Mr. Co-host with the most, Mr. Matthew Henderson. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here.
Happy New Year to you and everybody out there.
First episode of the year, man.
Yes.
You excited for this year?
I am.
Are you scared for this year?
Always.
It was great having you on last year. A lot of people loved you and all the episodes you did with me, so I appreciate you taking all the time today.
Yeah, man. It's
and
fun.
being here.
I really enjoy it.
And back on the podcast, the last time he was here was 2021. Wow, dude. Randy Blythe.
Yeah.
Don't let the last name fool you, because it's pronounced Blythe, not Blythe or any of that stuff.
Or Bluta.
Bluta.
We were leaving Finland one time, and they like call you, at the airport to check your passport and your visa or whatever. They're like, David Bluta. And we're like, what? David Bluta.
So everybody gets it wrong.
Oh yeah, my whole life.
Wow. And what is that? What are you, man?
As far as I know, it's mostly Scotch-Irish.
Nice.
Yeah,
so last time I saw you, you had dreadlocks, and I was singing backups on Omens. And it was around the pandemic, and everybody was masked up, and there was like this one big mic. I never did gang vocals like this before, where it's one big mic in the roof, and everybody's all spread apart, 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
All singing our parts.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, that was a good time. I appreciated you guys coming out to do that.
Yeah, Wes was there from Cold Cave. Shout out to him. Ernie was there from Body Count.
Yeah.
That was pretty. It was a
I
sick
think
crew.
Juan, Sarah
was there. Yeah.
Youth Code.
Yeah. That was super cool, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man.
Got some royalties from that, too, so thank you. Appreciate it.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. I'm glad.
But then I saw you. Then me and Derek pulled up to your book.
Yeah.
At the Roxy. That was really fun hearing those stories.
I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You were there. You were there too, man. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think we got to see you, though. We came kind of late and pulled up and saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome, dude.
But you still haven't ever seen Lamb of God.
Haven't I? Have I?
I don't think so. I put you on the list like twice. You're like, yeah, I'm coming. Because you're like, you're coming. Can you put on this?
Such a
and then like
spaz.
something happened. And then all of a sudden you're not there.
Damn. Have you seen Lamb of God?
I have.
Yeah.
I feel like a poser right now. My man just called me out.
The last show I saw was at the LA Forum, Slayer. Slayer's last show.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, that'd be a good one to go see.
I think we played the Forum with Slayer.
Wasn't it? It was you and Slayer. That much I know. If that's not the venue.
Well, they did the final show of their tour.
Oh, so you did those final shows with them, yeah.
Except for the last leg. We
Okay.
did like the final 3 legs, and then the last legs. We had been on the final for like 2 years or something. And we're like, okay, we got to go do something else.
My friends just did the Lamb of God cruise. My friends, 18 Visions.
Oh, yeah. They're old friends of ours.
Yeah, my friend Dan Smith's playing with them. And my good friend who's a tattoo artist, he had such a blast. I wanted to tell you that they had such a great time on there.
Yeah, super nice guy. It was good to see James again, because we used to tour with them way back in the day.
Yeah. He's like, dude, the metal fans are so nice. They're so different. And I don't know, just really supportive.
Yeah.
I mean, hardcore people are too, but like metal fans are really like,
Yeah. Everybody had a really good time. It
Yeah.
was great to see them. I hadn't seen them in quite some time. We used to tour with them back when they were like peak Guyliner, like peak pretty boy Orange County looking.
Dude.
Remember the fashion era?
They were kind of the kings of that.
Dude. Like just slaying it.
I mean, the singer's like a hairstylist still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James is good. Dude.
James got sick hair. He had like a big mane when he was here, like a long, like Lion King type shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they were like the ones that kind of set up that kind of like the emo. I don't want to say emo. I don't want to take that back. The whole like look.
Yeah.
Warped Tour, alternative press era.
Yeah.
Early 2000s.
Yeah. They were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Good dudes.
Yeah. So it's nice to see you, man. You look great. And
Pleasure. You too?
I don't know what to get into first, the new album or the book, because I read your book, Just Beyond the Light. And I told you before that I'm really not a big reader, and I read 3 books last year, and yours is the 3rd one. And I did this like maybe less than 2 weeks, which is good for me. My attention span's terrible. I usually listen to audiobooks, but it's a fantastic book. And just your journey with sobriety and positivity and finding your love for surfing and just everything, man.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful book, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks,
yeah.
man.
It's very therapeutic to write books for you.
I don't know if I would call it therapeutic.
Mm.
Like, I mean, there was the first book I wrote was about some legal problems I had,
Yes.
over in the Czech Republic.
Dark Days, yes.
And I like had to be convinced to write that book by a literary agent, and that everybody thought, oh, it would be therapeutic. It wasn't.
Okay.
Right? That was like,
Did it just feel like work?
oh yeah, it is work,
Well,
but
yeah.
but it's also like people ask you like, oh my God, what was it like to go to a prison in a foreign country? I'm like, I wrote a 500-page book about it. It'll answer all your questions and
Read that
anything. Read it. Go to the store,
Yeah.
But the second book, I didn't want to write another nonfiction book because I was tired of writing about my life. But my agent convinced me that's his job to help me with my career as a writer. He's like, you need to write another nonfiction book to show publishers that you're not just a one-trick pony, because the first book was a bestseller.
Wow. It's awesome.
This one was too, it's like you need to show them that your writing ability is not contingent just on you going to prison in a foreign country, like a horrible story,
Yeah.
because everybody loves a train wreck or what.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to write fiction, but he's my agent. I'm like, okay, I'll write another nonfiction book. So, it took a little while to dial in exactly the approach to it.
Yeah.
But through what, a book proposal. With nonfiction, you write a proposal, which is basically, this is what the book is going to be about. This are the things I want to address. And you write a sample chapter, and then they send it off to publishers, and they say, okay, we'll write this or we won't. We'll publish this or we won't. With fiction, generally you have to write the whole book first.
Wow. Okay.
Unless you're Stephen King.
Yeah.
And he's like, I have a new book. They're like, yes, here's $1 million. Give it to us when you're done.
Yeah.
So fiction is a bit riskier, because you could write a book and people would be like, no, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was convinced to write another nonfiction book. And with this book, parts of it were therapeutic.
Yeah.
Far more than my first one,
Mm.
And it was consciously me at times hoping that I wrote something that would help someone.
Yeah.
Rather than just telling a story.
Yeah, I mean, the Duke, man, Wayne, the fan from Arizona, and your friendship, how beautiful that became, and what you did for him, and just give him a shout out that night, because I've been asked to give people shout outs before. I really related to that, like writing somebody's name on your hands, their birthday or something, anniversary, and then I can't forget to give the shout out, but it was such an impactful shout out that became this friendship, and it was really beautiful. And the Duke, I love that, like, you guys start texting, you're like nervous about first time FaceTime, what are you going to say, what are you going to talk about, and then you become homies, and then like you start, there's one thing where like you hit him up and you complain about going to the studio, he was like, yeah, you really have, he checked you on, like, this guy's breaking balls.
I'd gotten to be friends, Maddie, with this guy who was terminal with cancer.
Yes, leukemia, right? Yeah.
Okay.
With leukemia.
Yes.
And I'd given him a shout out like 4 years earlier at a show because his friends were like, my buddy just got diagnosed with leukemia. Can you shout him out? And
It's heavy, dude.
I'm like, sure, dude.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then 4 years later, his homie hits me up and he's like, hey, man, his guy's name was Wayne. He's like, he's not going to make it. Can you, like, send him a message? So I wound up befriending this guy, you know? And we were in the studio. I was in the studio actually out here, actually over by Long Beach, recording one of our records. And I had gotten to be friends with this terminal guy. And one day he texted me, he's like, how are you doing? And I was like, I don't want to go in the studio. I'd rather chew glass than record another song. I'm so over this. And he just wrote me back. He's like, wow, must be tough to be you, dude. And I was
It's
like,
you need a tissue?
yeah, he's like, you need a tissue, bro. And I was like, all right, dude. Okay, let me adjust my attitude. This dude who's dying is busting my balls. He's great, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, and then, you know, through that the book starts with the whole story of this song. We called the Duke because we wrote a song for him called The Duke.
Yep.
And the story is, I knew I wanted to start that book with that story. And I knew I wanted to end it eventually. When I started writing the book, I wanted to bookend it. And so when this guy Wayne died, my band, we released this song, The Duke, that I'd written for him, and we raised money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and we raised awareness for the bone marrow registry. You know?
So amazing. Yeah, dude.
So, like, because bone marrow matches are much more specific than blood matches. So there's not enough donors. So it was in the pandemic. We started the book with the story of the Duke, and we end with this other story. It was in the pandemic. I was fucking bummed out one day walking in Richmond. We hadn't toured in forever. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody was making any money. Nobody was doing... You remember how crazy it was?
It's crazy.
I do.
And I was walking across the river, and I got this email forwarded from our old publicist, and it was from this dude in Arkansas. He's like, hey, man, I heard your song. And I want you to know I registered for the bone marrow registry. This is like 6 years later or something, because I heard your song in the awareness campaign. And I want you just to know that I matched with someone to donate with a patient. And so I wound up, this guy, a friend of mine named Todd from Arkansas, I wound up going with him to his bone marrow donation process. Right outside DC.
Is that pretty heavy, like that process?
It used to be a lot more. They used to do it more like a spinal thing, right? And supposedly it hurt. Now a lot of the times they can draw your blood and put it into, like, you know, the centrifuge that they clean tattoo needles with. Yep. Like spins the needles
around.
It's like one of those, but for your blood. So they pull your blood out and put it in this centrifuge, and it separates the platelets, and then they take those out and they put your blood back in. So it's not as painful as it used to be. But I went with him and during his donation of that, and then, you know, we waited to hear. A year later, the guy who received the bone marrow transplant from him wrote him. He's like, hey, I'm alive. And my friend went and met him, and for his 70th birthday.
70th.
Yeah, out in Denver, Colorado, this guy Michael.
Okay.
And then a few months later, we were on tour and we played in Denver, and I went out that afternoon with this 70-year-old dude.
Amazing.
And who was also a photographer like me, and we went out and shot photos and talked about life. And he lived in a small part. We played a small part in him living because I made friends with this terminal guy and wrote this song about him and raised awareness for this bone marrow registry. And then another Lamb of God fan wound up donating, and he's alive today. He's still alive today. It's
incredible, man.
You know, I had more time with his grandkids and his girl and all that other shit. So those are the two bookends of the story.
Yeah.
And it's like the point of the book is really like, you never know, like, what sort of long-term effect a positive effort can have.
Absolutely.
And things are fucking crazy in the world, and they are crazy right now.
Yeah.
But we still got to try and be positive and make some sort of effort. You know, even if you
Absolutely,
don't
man.
see the return immediately.
Yeah, man.
Because you
It's-
never know.
It's bethematch.org for the listeners.
Yeah, they changed the name to something else, but you can still go to bethematch.org, and it'll take you to the new website.
Yeah, yeah.
It's free, and none of us could do it because we're old. How old are you, Maddie?
I'm 55.
Yeah, I thought you were a little bit younger than me. You're slightly.
Oh, so you can't do it past a certain age?
I don't. I think at 40, they kind of
Okay.
they're like, okay, you're old. Your bone marrow
Yeah.
is old.
But I mean, this
Wonder
just
how they
really
test it.
shows how, you know, being a musician,
Yes.
playing music, putting it out there with people, it people connect with it.
Yes.
Absolutely,
they
man.
really do. I mean, I think the reason why we all started it is because we were connecting with what was put out to us
Yeah.
Correct.
by bands, right?
Yeah.
And I just, you can't underestimate that power. That's a great story, man.
No, man,
It's a
it's
beautiful
really
story,
cool
man.
because like when things are crazy, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm just a singer in a
It's so true,
fucking
man.
heavy metal band. What the fuck?
What have I done? Like you get in your head about shit, man.
Yeah, exactly. You go up here and then like something like that happens and you're like, okay. Because as I get, I'm going to be 55 in February. I'm just right behind you. Like I've figured in my life, man, I'm not good at much. I'm not suited to really anything other than like being a musician and
Yeah.
a writer and photographer. Those are the things I am good at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at like being a lawyer or a surgeon or a scientist or a diplomat. I have friends who do all those things.
Same. Yeah.
But I'm a dummy punk rock kid, from Virginia.
Right. But it matters. I mean,
Totally
matters,
too.
the guys that are good at being a lawyer are lawyers. So great. That box is checked.
Totally.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a rocket scientist.
Right. Yeah.
Literally a rocket scientist.
Yep,
He
yep,
helped guide the Mars rover.
That's amazing.
Last time he brought me into the control room while they were landing it, right? The dude's super smart. But he told me he's a big metalhead. Like when he does his work, he listens to metal,
Yeah.
right? Like Us
Yeah.
and Slayer and shit. And like, that's not what I would be listening to if I was having to do
To
high
focus.
level math
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But
for sure.
you never know how it's going to affect different people in different
Sure,
ways.
man.
I mean, I got to listen to like, I don't know, like Portishead or something if I'm going to concentrate,
yeah. Some mellow
something
shit, yeah.
mellow. Like,
But that's because you live it and play it, and you're always doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For other people, it's interesting about like sometimes you do get, especially during the pandemic. I thought too, we didn't know what was going to happen with music. You start questioning like your existence and what have you done? What have you done? Like what have you done with music? What have you contributed to the world? You get in your head like, do people care? Does it matter what I wrote? And then stuff like that happens with the bone marrow stuff. It's incredible, man.
yeah.
It's just such music's so powerful, man.
Yeah. When I got the news that was happening from that guy in the email that he had matched with someone, I was having a bad day. I was in Richmond walking across the river and I was like pissed off about life and I was kind of
Yeah.
on my pity pot a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I can't tour. I can't do what I'm supposed to do. And what good is my life? And then it's like, oh, dude, all good.
You walk over the bridge a lot because there's another part in the book you're walking over the bridge and you find out about those certain fish that are coming into the river.
Yeah, it's the same. That was the very same thing. The snakeheads.
Yeah.
I was walking across the river. I was in a bad mood, and this old dude was fishing, and he pulled up this. I was like, "You having any luck?" And he's like, "Yeah. Well, can you tell me what this is?" And he showed me in his bucket. I think it was a snakehead. And
I never heard of that before in my life.
Have you ever seen a picture of them?
Yeah, I looked it up after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Dude, they look almost like an eel.
Okay.
They're the Terminator of fish.
Nice.
They're from Asia originally, so they don't. They don't belong in the James River in Richmond, but they can walk and they can live
That's
out.
crazy.
They can live out of water for hours. So like if they're like in a pool and that dries up, they'll get out and walk across the land,
Wow.
and they destroy like all local species. So like I'm like, he's like, what's this? And I'm like, it's a fucking snakehead. Taking a picture of it, reporting it to Virginia Wildlife. You know?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Also, like you talk about sobriety in here, obviously that's a big part of everything that's changing in your life, but being on the balcony in Australia and just being hungover, and you're like, you know what, your whole point was, if I can just make it to the venue or a sound check without drinking today, I'll take it from there and I'll talk to the fellas about, like, I want to fix myself, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of your rock bottom, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah, I had a really, like, high bottom because we were on tour with Metallica in Australia. So like, it's not like I was in a trench coat pissing myself underneath a bridge, but
nice hotel, nice balcony.
Yeah, but emotionally I didn't want to live anymore. So like, and as far as like all the typical shit that gets people sober, like the wife leaving them, going to jail, waking up in the hospital, being broke, not having anywhere to live, all that shit. I did all that. I just drank through it.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck it. I don't care. You know, I've fucking lived in a squat before. Fuck you, you know, and just drink on it. And then I was somewhere really nice with externally, everything looked great. But in the end, it was like I was just miserable.
Yeah.
You know, because
you're over 10 years sober now, right?
15.
Fuck, that's amazing.
Are you a 12-step program? Was that a part of it at all?
If I were a member of an anonymous organization, I would choose to remain anonymous.
Fair enough.
For the first person ever to say that, because you was like, oh, I saw so-and-so at my meeting. You know, people always tell people who's at the meeting, especially in L.A.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Name dropping who's there. It's like, this is cool. You keep anonymous, man. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm not from L.A.
I know. And then how many years were you in Lamagawa you're drinking? Wasn't like 10 or 15?
I joined, 15 precisely, because this year I turned 15 October 18th. Of 2025, right?
Yeah.
And so I did the math. I joined in 95, the late summer, early fall of 95. They formed the band in winter of 94, and then they were instrumental for a while, and then I joined the band. Okay. So I was in the band for 15 years drinking. And I've been sober 15 years. So it's now
incredible, man.
Equal.
Yeah.
And so next year, at some point this summer, I guess, I will now have been sober longer in the band.
It's amazing, man.
And so, but I got to live at least to age, sobriety years, I got to live until I'm 23 years sober. I got to live at least to my 23rd anniversary, because then I will be sober one more year than I did drink. I drank for 22 years.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So
it's crazy how everything just changed for that when you stopped doing it, and just some of the quotes about you're afraid to live without it, but actually dying while you're doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it's crazy, dude. I mean, you're nailed to the X.
Yes.
But you've always, I can't remember.
I never tried anything.
Yeah. You're one of those weirdos. Yeah. Maddie's had a beer too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. One the other day probably. Yeah.
I don't say I'm sober because I'm not, in the technical term,
but you're not an alcoholic.
I am not,
and that's okay.
Well, right, yeah. It runs deep in my family, and it's caused a lot of problems.
Yeah,
that you're still dealing with.
Yes.
Yes.
But and so. And there's been moments where I'm like, I might be straddling the line,
right?
But I feel fortunate that for whatever reason, and it's not really, based on anything I've done. It's just I'm able to not get caught up in that,
right? You and I are very different, my friend.
Understood.
So
I have other people in my life that I understand where you're coming from,
right? So like in my family. The only alcoholic I know of, because nobody drank in my family growing up.
Interesting.
Right?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Neither of my parents. My mom now will have a couple of glasses of wine, at Christmas, or when she's with her girlfriend, she's like, "Oh, I feel a little dizzy. That's enough." And I'm like, "No, you're just getting started." She stopped. my brothers, they'll like, I have 3 younger brothers. They
Yep.
can have a beer or two. Most of them don't. They don't really like it. You know, my dad doesn't drink. My stepmom doesn't drink. The only alcoholic I know of in my family is my great grandfather, which is my mother's grandfather.
Gotcha.
And he was apparently a mean Irish drunk with pretty good with guns.
Okay.
And he was so good with guns that he blew his brains out on the
Wow.
front porch,
Fuck.
you know? So, like, my mom was raised in a household where her mother was like, don't drink, you know, because her dad killed himself,
Yeah.
you know? But that's the only alcoholic I know of in my family.
So you didn't grow up in a household that, you know, because my parents were from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, you guys are beer and water. It's like you're swimming in it.
My dad told me that when he was, you know, just getting into college age, it was legal to have a tapped keg in the back of the car and just drive around.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And those seatbelts. Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
So, you know, it was kind of a culture of, you know, to have a beer, right? You
Yeah.
know, beer was in the house. But, you know, then, you know, you hang out with friends, knucklehead friends, and it's, you know, yo, let's get fucked up. And
Yeah.
That's a, you know, what's interesting to me is that my sons right now, my teenage sons, I don't feel like that their generation is exactly like that.
I was gonna
Great.
say, and I could talk to bring you into this, Toby, too. I don't have children. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, but I interact with a lot of young people, and I get the feeling that the generation, because we're all the same. We're the same generation,
Sure.
the 3 of us.
Yep.
You being straight edge just didn't partake in it, but like you certainly have seen enough of people our age just get totally fucked up back in the day.
Sure.
The kids now, it seems like it's not as cool,
It's not, man.
right?
I
They seem to have. That's one thing for sure that they have their heads on much straighter than we did.
It just doesn't seem like it's you know, a thing to do. It's just not part of the recreational, you know, thing right now. It's
Right.
great.
I think it's just vaping.
Well, that's a problem.
It seems to be something, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, Max's friends, I mean, he's 22 now, it's different. Your kids are way younger, but I did see something I was talking before the pod about kids being less on social media in 2025 and kids
Yep.
less drinking too.
Yep.
Like drinking's not kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know? It's just kind of.
Well, and now, I mean, you know, anyone reading the news and, you know, like all the health-based articles,
Sure.
alcohol is a really known contributor for cancer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not a thing when we were growing
Nah.
up.
No.
That was not on the radar.
No, it wasn't. But I mean, like, people don't smoke as much as they used to. It's like,
true.
it's different when you see some, especially out here in California, see someone burning a cigarette, you know?
It's true.
But like growing up, going to the punk rock show outside the line,
dude.
everybody's smoking, like burning grits and like drinking and,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
forth.
I remember smoking on airplanes back in the day.
Oh yeah, I smoked on an airplane.
did?
Oh yeah.
I was just listening to
My mom too, all day long would smoke in the house. Dude.
to
Your mom?
Oh yeah. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone was recalling like the old punk rock show days with the clove cigarettes.
Clove
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Oh yeah, that's the goth girls were smoking those.
Yeah, man.
I remember during the Violent Femmes era, all that kind of era.
Yes.
People would
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good one.
paisley shirts and clove cigarettes. That was like a
Yeah.
thing back then. But yeah, my mom would smoke in the house. My clothes would smell like cigarettes. She'd give us a kiss on the cheek. It smelled like Virginia Slims. Oh, I hated it so
Yeah.
much, dude. Then she quit like 15 years ago. But she smoked for 50 years, you know. But back then it wasn't like a big thing. Like it causes cancer. It was just like cool. It's
Yeah.
cool to smoke cigarettes.
Well, back in the day, like
Day.
they were like fucking commercials, cigarette commercials with
Yeah.
like more doctors smoke Camels than anyone else. Like like your doctor recommends Camels. It's
It's
like,
so crazy, dude.
but that was the tobacco lobby. They
Mhm.
knew.
Yeah.
And without sounding like a cuckoo conspiracy guy, like that's sort of the same thing, and we've seen it play out with some of the big pharma stuff.
For sure, man.
Like the opioid crisis. I don't know
100%.
if you looked at like the Sackler family who did OxyContin,
Oh, I seen that documentary about that family, I think, actually. Yeah.
Dude, they are monsters.
Damn.
They are monsters. They knowingly pushed these highly addictive pain pills onto the market, saying they're not addictive, not addictive. And it all started in like my region of the country, like West Virginia and North Carolina and Appalachia. They were pushing them there. And then that led to like this huge epidemic, and people getting strung out on Oxycontin and so forth. When you can't get those, you go to heroin. But now it's all fentanyl, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was just reading about Prince the other day. I forgot how he passed, and I saw it was like a fentanyl thing. I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Scary,
it was.
Man. It's scary, dude.
He was strung for a while. According to someone I know who worked for him, he had been on pills for a long time, you know?
Yeah. That was pretty surreal, man. I love Prince so much. One of the greatest musicians, guitar players, everything. You know?
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, back to your book. I mean, I love the whole story. Like, you're in Australia. You go to the sound check. You meet the dude. You say, guys, I need help. And then from that moment on, it's like, boom. He just kind of like took you under and said, this is, you know, they're sober guys, you know.
I spent the whole like first month of my sobriety in Australia.
It's cool, man.
Yeah. Because Metallica would only tour for like 2 weeks solid.
Yeah.
And then they'd have to take a break. And there was a 17-day break in the middle of the Australian tour.
What? Did you guys stay out there?
My guys flew home. And I was like, fuck you. I'm not flying all the
That's
way
a
back
hell
home
mission,
from Australia,
too.
you know, back to the East Coast and get all jet lagged and then figure it out and then turn around and come back. So I stayed with friends.
Nice.
And I went camping in the rainforest by myself.
Were you surfing out there?
Not at that point.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have since then.
Yeah. Because I think you started surfing when you wrote your first book. You rented a house and you walked
Yeah.
by the beach and you saw people
Yeah.
out there, and that's what kind of inspired you.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So
That's cool.
And from a timeline standpoint, your sobriety started during the first book time, didn't it? When you
No, the
when
first
you were
book.
going through the
No.
legal stuff? No?
I was sober about 1.5 years when I got arrested.
you were right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like being fucked up in a foreign prison, which I knew where to get drugs in there immediately within a week.
Well,
Like,
correct me if I'm wrong. You probably had some good clarity in terms of the events that took place.
oh yes,
For sure.
So, right? As opposed to just it being a blur from
Right.
drunken.
Well, the events of being arrested, yeah, absolutely, and everything that happened right then. But like, it was still the event that happened was still like 2 years previous.
Okay, right.
So like,
right,
I mean,
right,
can you
right.
tell me what you did on Wednesday exactly 2 years ago?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But it's cool you faced that like sober head on. That must have been,
yeah. Well, I mean, I had no
Wow.
choice.
nah.
I would have. I mean, dude, that's the whole thing. I figured I could survive 5 to 10 in prison, maybe, but I can't survive drinking again.
Yeah.
I can't. I know how. I don't drink a little. I don't do a little drugs.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
I do it all.
Yeah.
You know.
You talk about living through blurred lenses, you know, being active in alcoholism for 20 years, and also first time seeing through rational eyes, seeing the world
Yeah.
differently, new ways of managing your emotions and stuff.
Yeah. It hurts at first,
Yeah.
right? Like because
It's so much reality at one time.
yes, and I do like. I think beyond the fact that there's like something within me that is addicted to alcohol, right? I think one of the reasons why I drank is because I did not like the way the world was behaving.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like the way the world is behaving currently,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
but I the way the world was behaving was unacceptable to me, and the only thing that could kind of quiet that was drinking. And then after a while it stopped working. By the time it stopped working, it was too late, you know?
Mhm.
So when you get sober, it's like everything is like you're like an exposed nerve,
Yes.
man, because you've been dumping all the substances on top to dampen all those feelings
Correct.
and shit. And then after 22 years, all of a sudden it's like, You know, you're like, holy shit, everything's really bright, and I see everything, and I understand, and oh no, there's all these consequences of my past actions in my head, and just it's kind of overwhelming, but you kind of got to go through that and feel emotions, you know.
Yeah, were you the only guy in the Lamb of God that wasn't sober?
No, I at first was the only guy who was sober.
Okay,
so now,
so
now there's 4 of us don't drink anymore.
It's
4 out of
amazing.
5
Wow.
of us.
So they
Wow.
followed suit eventually. They saw,
Eventually.
Yeah.
I'm not talking out of school because he's written a book as well and talked about it, but my guitar player, Mark, he was really strung out on opiates.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, pain pills and heroin and stuff. So for 8 years, he was spiraling down more and more and more, and I was the Lone Ranger sober. And like it was horrible. It was horrible.
So you knew it? I mean, he wasn't like hiding it to the point where you weren't aware of it? Or
No. Sometimes he would go and it was funny. I mean, you know, he'd laugh about this, but like we would look at him. First, I got sober, right?
Yeah.
And were they supportive when you did? Like, did they understand your journey? And
At first, they were, yes, but they didn't really understand it. And like the funny thing is that because they were just glad, like, oh, thank God he's sober, because I could be a nightmare. You know what I mean? Just an asshole. But then our guitar player, Willie, quit drinking, like 2 years after I got sober, you know?
Yeah.
And he stopped. And then it was me and him. And then Mark continued on drinking and drugging for 8 years, right? And he told me, it was really funny. Eventually, he told me he felt when I got sober, he felt abandoned by me. And I didn't understand that. He's like
his party partner.
Yeah, because me and him would do, you know, I'd get drugs and be high together and shit, and I didn't understand that. But he was still in the middle of that crazy shit. So I never pushed, you have to get sober on him, because I know that doesn't work.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And he's told me how much he appreciated that, but I just sat and waited. But it was a very scary 8 years because he was like, you die from overdoses.
Yes, yeah.
And I was convinced I was going to find him dead in his bunk.
Damn, man.
Because I have friends who have found people dead in the bunk. You
Sure,
know, it's very typical.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow he lived through it, and he would come to me and I don't want to die. And I'm like, well, dude, you got to do this. Come with me. And he'd start and then go back.
Yeah.
And that went on for like 8 years. It was horrible. I was convinced he was going to die. And then finally he quit, and he's been clean and sober like, I think 7 years now.
It's amazing, man.
So like, and our drummer Art has been sober like 3 years now. So there's like, you know, there's a bunch of us, but I was the Lone Ranger for a while, and it was very interesting.
Yeah. When you quit drinking, had you started surfing at that point, or
No.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'd fucked around before, but I didn't really. I skateboarded.
Yeah, you always skated. Yeah.
When
Gator Rogalski, your first board.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Oh, it's yours too?
Yeah.
What color?
Wow.
It was red with black, right?
Yeah. Mine was green and black.
Yeah, I was gonna say green.
Yeah.
It was green and black, or orange and black. I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gator. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well,
That's cool.
that's a story.
So we all had those boards. That's awesome, man.
Yep.
That was his first board. Yeah.
But when I got sober, I was 39.
That's crazy.
I started skating again really hard.
You talk about in the book, yeah, and you got hurt.
And I quickly discovered that being 39 and falling is very different than being 20. You know?
Sure, dude. Yeah. Were you a good skater?
I peaked at like when I was like 15. I was really good at 15. Yeah. And then it's just like, zzz,
Yeah.
you know,
What was your best trick?
a backside ollie wall ride.
Fuck yeah.
I can still do them.
That's some real old school shit. That's cool. Wall ride.
I
That's
can still
awesome.
slap
Yeah.
them.
Damn. Yeah, do you ever get to kick flips? Kick flips?
I've landed like 4 kickflips.
Yeah, I
But
never got to it,
it
man.
never interested me, dude.
Me
Like,
either, man.
remember when the jeans got really, really big and
Janko
the wheels
jeans.
got really, really small?
Janko jeans.
And the wheels got really tiny, small, like pebbles.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't understand it because everybody looked like they were clowns in the circus.
It was a wild
but
time.
they were going very slow,
Mhm.
and everybody was practicing like these flat tricks, like
It's
Rodney Mullen-esque
Yeah.
stuff, freestyle stuff,
Yeah.
right? Which of course is where a lot of that come. And the skating was very slow. I didn't understand it. But now skateboarding is maniacal,
It's
dude.
crazy. And the youngest kids killing it, dude. Like 12 or 13-year-olds.
They're fucking lunatics.
And all the girls, too, like crazy young
yes,
girls skaters.
ripping girls.
Yeah,
ripping.
I still watch it and keep track of everything going on. I love it, dude.
Yeah. I love seeing it, dude. You see the kick flip and the heel flip and all that other shit now. You see tricks, and I'm like, I have to watch it, like, stop and rewatch it. I'm like,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Yeah.
You know, down like a 14 stair, you know,
Dude.
like crazy heel flip to frontside board slide down off, you know.
It's insane.
It's
The Olympics, everything, man.
Yeah.
It's so massive. I saw a clip yesterday about a whole girl crew in India, and they were all like in dresses and they're all like ripping kickflips and skating in a park in India.
yeah.
That's dope.
It's amazing how far it's come and how like, because back then it was just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things ever. I mean, that was my first natural high, my first best friend, everything was my skateboard in the 80s, you know?
Yeah. You
You
could
count
do
on
it.
that shit every day to be there.
You could do it by yourself. There's no like, you have to play by this rule and you
Yeah.
have to win and you have to conform and any of that other shit.
And you talk in your book too, like how like skaters kind of see the world in different eyes. They see like
Yes.
a bench where people are sitting as like, oh my God, I could fucking do something on that. Like they see everything different, and it's beautiful. It's like it's a way of expression, you know?
Yeah. There's two things that super changed the way I saw the world is skating and photography,
Yes.
because both of them force you, you look at the world in a different way, man.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like everything is, and I view everything. If I see something, I'm like, I don't skate that much anymore because it hurts. I mostly surf, but I still look at things and I'm like, ooh, look at that transition.
For sure.
Like if you pass by a building that has like a natural you're like, holy shit,
I know.
that looks dope. Like,
yeah.
you know. And then photography, I look at everything through light and framing now. You know.
Yeah, we were driving to our show in LA with Max. He's like, pull over on Wushu Boulevard. I'm like, why? He's like, I'm gonna hit those stairs. And then we jumped out and filmed. Max hit like a rail over there on the way to the show. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't even see that, you know. But these kids, they see all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to get into the surfing because it's like a game changer for you. And like I mentioned earlier, you were writing a book. You rented this place in the Carolinas, I think where you were, and you got a house which you ended up keeping for like 5 years. But you know, you saw somebody surfing, you're like, basically, I'm gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And I thought, because I was a skateboarder,
It's gonna be.
I thought it was going to be like, I'm going to go out and be Kelly Slater all of a sudden. You know, I'm just going to go rip.
Yeah,
That is not what happened.
dude, it's so different, man.
Yeah. And I didn't have anyone teaching me either. So it was like, I'm just going to go and try and figure this out. And
You went there solo first time?
oh yeah,
Wow.
constantly. So like for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally, there's a guy who I was trying to surf way too short of a board.
Yeah.
That's the fucking classic mistake of anyone who's learning to surf. It's like surf a shorter board, but a friend of mine loaned me a longer board, and I still remember the first wave I ever surfed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
paddled, popped up, caught it, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm doing this.
What, first time standing up and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like standing up and actually riding, not
Right.
stand up,
Yeah.
fall down, but
No,
standing up
no,
and
no.
actually riding a wave. I was like, holy shit, I am
Dude.
surfing. And it's like, it's a wild feeling. We were talking about it a little bit before the podcast.
Yes.
Like you feel the wave take you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then you're standing and you're moving across this constantly changing surface.
Yeah.
And the physical language of surfing is a lot like skateboarding, and the two feed each other,
Correct.
right? Because skateboarding came from surfing, sidewalk
Mhm.
surfing.
Yeah.
Dogtown and Z-Boys, that
Yeah.
documentary.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Showing that transfer of
Yeah. But then it gives back because like a lot of the stuff that surfers do come from skateboarding now.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
airs and stuff.
right.
It's crazy.
You know.
360, all that stuff,
Yes.
man.
So like it's like this. It feeds each other. You know, it's a sort of a cohesive whole. But it's just so different, the environment, because skating, you can look at something. Okay, I'm going to tail slide that, and you can approach it again and again and again, and it sits still. That bench or rail will be there.
Totally.
So you can adjust and then fix and dial it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Correct.
Or if you go to a park you don't know, you can learn, your run and dial it in.
Yeah.
Every wave is different.
For
Even
sure.
at the most predictable spot. So
Except at a wave pool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the exact same ones.
Unless you have $1 million to go learn at Kelly Slater's spot.
Yeah. Or the Waco one.
Yeah. I surfed the Waco one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, but getting in the ocean, just being out there, like I think my son loves it. He shuts off the world. He goes out with his homies. They're hanging out. They're like just waiting for waves together, and just that connection with Mother Nature, just being out there in the ocean, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's wonderful. And you,
it's a different high too than skating for sure.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, when it gets big and sketchy, it reminds me more of skating.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the last really good swell I got was this late summer, early fall. I drove down to Carolina, Surface of Prince, a hurricane swell. And
like how big are the waves?
Overhead, like 3, 4,
Damn,
some were double overhead.
Yeah.
And there's waves of consequence. Because if you fuck up, you can get hurt.
For sure.
know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't a reef, luckily, just beach break. But like you can still fucking eat shit.
Totally.
And you drop in on something like that. And it's moving, just big and powerful. The thing it reminds me most of is like skating vert,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I used to always skate vert. I get you. Yeah. 1 or 2 feet of vert. Yeah.
Yeah, and your balls are in your stomach sometimes.
Sure. And people think you can't get hurt in the ocean, but you can. You know what I mean? Max has got hurt a bunch.
Yeah, I've never done it.
Like land on your head and your neck goes back.
Is that what it is?
You can land, dude. You can land on. You can land.
The board can hit you. Everything.
The board can hit you. You can land wrong depending on how close you're surfing to shore. You could hit the bottom, break your neck.
Yeah, dude.
Like even on a beach break, like sandy bottom, mostly on the East Coast where I surf, but like surfed reef breaks before. In Ecuador and in Indonesia. It's a real problem when you hit the reef. If you surf big waves and you eat shit and it deposits you on a reef, it's a very bad day.
I mean, for someone who wants to like try it, right? Every time I hear people doing it and their routine behind it, it seems like it's involved. Like you can pick up a skateboard at any point and just hop out in front of your house and just kind of skate.
Right.
And see what happens from there. You can't do that surfing.
No.
Like it always feels like you got to start early in the morning. It's like kind of a
here in
a big commitment. No?
If you want to try and learn to surf, you're in a great place.
Right.
For sure.
Like the waves in California are so much more forgiving and easier to catch than on the East Coast. There's so much more power behind them and better shape in general, and they're cleaner most of the time.
Okay.
Interesting.
Like where we live, where I surf a lot in the Outer Banks, the waves get big, but they're hollow and it's real fast.
Yeah.
Like super fast, and you gotta struggle to fight to get them. The first time I surfed California, I was out paddling waves. And the guys I were surfing with was like, relax, dude. The wave's going to take you. I'm like, you don't understand. You have to fight really hard for it where I'm from. And I was catching so many waves, and people are like, relax, dude. And I'm like, you don't understand. Because out here, waves come in sets.
Yeah.
Like nice and predictable. And there's always going to be more. So if you want to like surf at, like out here, if you want to learn the easiest wave in the world to learn on there's one in Doheny. You know where Doheny is?
Yeah, you know that is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Go down there
Yep.
and if you can't catch a wave,
I'll go with you, man. I haven't done it in a while.
it's so easy. There's a beginner break. There's tons of people there. It's easy.
Time of day is relevant, though, right? Like,
Yeah, but California, it's still forgiving. Like the guys I surf
Yeah.
with out here, they're like, I'm not going. It's blown out. And to me,
Blown
there's
out,
just a little bit of texture on the surface,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's not blown out, East Coast blown out, which is washing machine, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I remember I was telling for the problem my first time standing up a Max, and like I screamed, and I was like, okay, I get it. The connection. It's not like skating. It's just
yeah.
Mother Nature's just carrying you, and you just gotta roll with it. I don't know. It was amazing.
But would you say your skating technique,
Maybe-
once you're up, just kind of understanding how to
Probably my balance technique from
Right.
skating my
Yeah.
whole life.
Yes.
That's about it.
that-
But it's way different. You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure.
It's like,
yeah.
and then I started doing my son for. I was like, you know what? My son was obsessed, and I'm not. And this is his thing. He does. It doesn't be a father-son thing all the time. But he's always invited me. I come watch. I'm the filmer. But like, I would try it again with you for sure. You know what I mean? Especially living in
I'd like to
California.
try it.
Man, you know?
I'm sure I could get. I'm sure I could figure it out to the point of kind of understanding it.
Yeah.
know.
You might love it.
You might love
yeah, I
it.
might.
You know? It's a workout.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I always remember hearing Mike Judge, the Beavis and Butthead
Yeah.
creator. Like he's a big I remember like
He surfs.
yeah,
That's
and, like,
cool.
People would he would talk about how people would comment on how great physically he was looking, and it was all from surfing.
It's all surfing.
It's full body, everything, man.
Everything.
Mental too. It's like it's such a connection out there. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
In the book, you're talking about being out there in 2016, Oak Island, North Carolina, with your friend David and his son Ernie, and the landlord arrives.
Yes.
He doesn't know what that is, so let's.
The landlord is one of the many names we have for sharks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
The man in the gray suit, Noah, and the Mac the
Man in the
knife.
gray
Mac the knife.
Mac the
You
knife.
know?
Wow.
Like
I
lots
love the landlord though. I never heard that.
Yeah, the landlord is my favorite nickname.
Pulled up on him.
Yeah, so it was really good, and we were sitting outside. I was sitting with my buddy Dave and
Bless you.
his son Ernie, and we had been catching really good waves, and we were just sitting outside, meaning outside is out past the breakers,
Okay.
where you're waiting for the next set to come. And
Yep.
we're just chilling, and like all of a sudden I hear Ernie yell he goes, "Dad, Dad, Dad, Dad." And I look over, and my friend David, his dad, is laying on a longboard. And I look at the end of his longboard, and I see this little tiny fin start coming up. And I'm like, oh, cute. It's a little tiny baby shark. And then it just kept coming up. And then I realized that was the tail fin. And then I looked to the front at his head, and I saw the dorsal coming up. And it was from we were all sitting like this
Right.
on our surfboards, about this close.
Yep.
Right? As we
Yeah.
are right now around Toby's kitchen table. And from me to David was right where you were.
Yeah.
And Ernie was sitting right where Maddie is. And on the other side of David, I just saw this massive fucking fin coming up.
Bro.
And the shark had to be 10, 11 feet, I guess, because he was on a 9-foot longboard. And you can judge sort of the distance by dorsal to tail. And it just came up, and it just sat there right beside him.
Yo, I mean,
And it was like, oh, like, and we were at a river mouth too, which is where sharks come to feed because the fish are coming out, and it was probably a bull shark, and that's not good because they're aggressive. But I remember seeing this thing just come up, and I remember turning around and paddling very calmly for shore, and like catching a wave, riding it shore, and like totally calm. I did not freak out. I did not scream. I did not And I was like, I did that perfectly. And then got on shore. It's like, oh my fucking God, dude, we lost our mind.
he was like paddling with his fingertips. Like,
yeah,
trying to
it's
be
just
so,
like I was so pulled up from my board, like.
And is that like a known way to deal with it? Like, like if like you run into a bear, you're supposed to like do something. Like
yeah, you don't splash around because the shark doesn't know. The shark may think you're an injured animal or something. Yeah, it's better to be calm.
Yep.
You know, if the shark is going to attack you, then you got to fucking, if you're stuck, you got to fight. You got to try and punch him in the nose or the eye or the gills.
Yep.
So you were kind of in shock until you got to back to the.
I was fine until I got to shore.
Yeah.
And then I was like, holy, like severe adrenaline.
Bro.
Dump. Just like, and because there's not, have you ever had the feeling, like, have you ever been near an animal, like in the wild, where you're like, this thing might eat me?
Been around some pretty gnarly pit bulls.
yeah. Those are like those are
same.
Those are pretty scary. But like a wild animal,
a bear or something.
No, that's
man.
like a wild animal. Then it's like this.
And you're in his house.
In his house.
Right.
That's why he's the landlord.
His or her house.
Yeah.
Landlord. I get it.
Yeah.
That's good,
bro.
That's why he's the landlord. We're in his house, so it's like later, dude. You know.
Is that the only time you've seen a shark?
Oh no. I saw it. No. This is a good story. Like, I was serving, Bolsa Chica.
The name,
Bolsa Chica. It's right down by you, right? It's a pretty family friendly surf break at the park right there. I was there with my manager, Corey Brennan, and he surfs.
Okay.
We were out here recording or something, and I was like, let's go surf Bolsa Chica. And so we went out there, and we're in the lineup waiting for a wave. And I hear the guy beside me, he whistles. He's like, hey, bro, company. And I look over, and here comes this fin. And it's 6 foot, maybe. Like,
damn, dude.
Baby great white, but it was a great white, right? Because they're around here.
Yeah.
And it's just cruising through, and I'm like, thanks, dude. And I pulled my toes up, and just let him cruise on through the lineup real slow. And look over to the right, and I see my manager, and I'm like, Corey, heads up. Like, and he looks over, and there were like these 3 girls surfing right beside him. And this shark comes, and as soon as they see it, they start screaming, and they're like, and they're like splashing stuff. And then Corey somehow, as if by magic, summoned a wave. I have never seen someone get to shore so fast. It was like magic. He was like, he's on shore, and he's just like walking, like pacing, freaked out, and like,
oh my!
I still bust his balls about it every now and then, but I'm just sitting there laughing, But like, because these chicks were screaming and splashing and shit. You don't want to do that. I like how putting your feet up on top of the board to hide them is really going to save you from it actually just biting your feet. Nothing's going to save you, but I mean, there's no reason to like
feet in there,
provide nibbles.
True.
What's your understanding of their intention, right? I mean, when they're swimming up near you, are they thinking about attacking, or are they waiting for a trigger?
That's a good question.
I mean, it depends on the shark. I think they could be curious. That's the thing. Most fatalities from shark bites. What's up? Like a young man, he'd know this. Most fatalities from shark bites don't come from like in the movies, like you get fucking swallowed or something. Right. It's the shark bites you and it's like, ugh, that's bony. I don't like that. And then he spits you out, but you're in the water and you're bleeding.
Right.
So you bleed out.
Okay.
That's like if you hit like the femoral artery in the leg.
Sure.
Right. That's one of the major veins. So like
then the smell of blood, whatever in the water and all that stuff.
But like most sharks, like big great whites will eat humans, but like most of the time it's not like in the movies. It's not like they're like jaws dun 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 dun. You've seen sharks.
Max, you seen sharks in the water?
One time when I was in San Clemente.
Yeah, down in San Clemente. Yeah. Everyone
just kept surfing.
Yes.
That's what he's just talking about. But for us, we're like civilians. We're like, oh my God, we.
Well, dude, they're always there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's like they're there. You just don't see them.
What's the movie with the girl who's got her arm? I was Hawaii, right?
It's a true story.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Beth, I think her name is.
She
Beth.
still surfs.
Yeah, Bethany Hamilton.
And she still surfs too.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
she got her arm bit off.
That's like our friend Paul DeGelder, who lost his arm and leg from a shark, and now he hosts Shark Week, and he still goes out and swims with the sharks, and he has mechanical arm and leg.
I met him at,
at
his show.
Sure, he's a machine. He's a machine, dude.
Yeah.
So that didn't scare you from never going back to surf. It's just part of what you do. It's just
I went down I got out of the water and went down the beach a little ways, and we're like, we're gonna go to a different break, and like I mean, if there's a lot, I mean, I see them. You see them.
Yeah.
But if there's like a lot of them, I'm not gonna go out. Like I respect them.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let it stop me.
I mean, it's just part of surfing. It's part of being out in the water, and
if you look at the statistics, like you do some math, okay, how many people get attacked by sharks each year across the world? How many people are surfing? Blah 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 blah. Versus how many people die in, let's say, Los Angeles in car wrecks.
True.
Last year.
Yes.
It's going to be like percentage-wise, and the odds is going to be, you can't even, it's not even comparable. So like if you're going to live in fear of something might happen, like my dad, he's not an ocean guy. So he's just like, every time he hears about a shark attack, he's just like, hey, dude, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's all right. I'm in Germany. They don't surf there right now. Or I'm in Switzerland.
Are you in North Carolina or South Carolina? Or
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
Do you surf Outer Banks?
Oh, yes.
That's just
where you
talking
go?
about. That's
That's
where
where
you
you
shark.
Yeah.
That's like me and my buddies, like that's our like dream to go surf there during a hurricane swell.
That's it.
You get it good a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, every time there's a hurricane, I'm sure it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and Outer Banks is special too, dude. Like,
It's not just a TV show.
It's really, no, it's nothing like the TV show, by the way. It's really isolated. It's a 200-mile sandbar.
You should go out there with him, Max, sometime.
200-mile sandbar?
Yeah, out in the middle of the ocean. And then, like, Hatteras Island in particular is just like this. It's deserted. It's great. You can always find,
It's never crowded.
If there's some certain spots, like, will be, like, but you can find, you can go like a few 100 yards down the way and it'll be empty.
Yeah.
Me and my buddies were talking about taking a trip out there, like when we see something on the radar.
Yeah.
And going to stay with our guitar player in H2O, Rusty. He lives in South Carolina, but he's like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And then like
where in South Carolina?
He's in where is he?
Bluffton.
Bluffton. Yeah, but we'd just like go out there before the hurricane and then drive up.
Yeah.
And then go out there because I have some buddies that go to Duke.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
They go and they surf all the time out there. I'm like, damn, dude, you just score out there all the time, man.
I mean, it definitely can be flat as fuck for a long time too.
That's the
you know
problem.
what I mean? It's
But
not like here. Like I was trying to talk to them about the difference between East Coast and West Coast waves. They're like, shit, the swell here is a lot more predictable.
Yeah, it's consistent. You could almost surf every single day.
Yes.
Like I just did, but it was really fucking bad. But it'll only be that really bad for maybe tomorrow will be good.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like we have days here and we have the winds here sometimes suck. But in my opinion, I think West Coast as a whole, California is let's get rid of Hawaii right now, is one of the better places in all of America to surf.
Oh yeah.
But I think like quality wise, when there's a hurricane on the East Coast, it's a better wave than we almost ever have out here.
And that depends on like what type
beach
of
breaks. If we're talking beach breaks.
beach breaks. Yeah.
I mean, we have lower trestles. We have First Point Malibu.
Yeah.
We have
real surf talk right now.
Rincon.
Yeah.
Best way, but like for beach breaks, and we don't get crazy hurricanes like you guys do. It's just a quality wave. Same with like Manasquan Outlet up in like I think it's New York or Jersey.
Yeah.
Lido Beach. You guys got Outer
Yeah,
Banks.
I've surfed Lido in New York.
Same February.
And that's Long Island.
Yeah.
Surfed there. I surfed Rockaways, and then Jersey, Asbury Park.
Which you never been to.
insane.
Yeah.
Dude, in the winter, they get like these huge barrels in Asbury.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have a buddy who's a photographer, but it's so cold.
That's the thing. We're like a 5.5, 4.5 with gloves and booties. That just sucks.
Cold.
Maddie, they're talking stuff I don't understand right now. I love it.
You can surf in the winter?
Oh yeah,
Yes, bro.
dude. Yeah, dude. My hope.
I just wouldn't think that would be part of the deal. But
No, dude. Yeah, dude. They
Wow.
get sick waves in Jersey.
see and that's the thing I like hearing you guys talk about all the different places. That's another cool thing about surfing from, just being around surfers is that you talk about all these locations and you're just kind of drinking in the whole experience while you're there. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah. Every break is different, and then like depending on every location, like this sort of vibe is different. And that's one thing about the Outer Banks I really like. It's like I've never gotten a bad vibe there.
That's awesome.
From like, I mean, there's definitely locals and there's some that fucking rip, but it's not like heavily localized because it's a commitment to get out there. I mean, if you were a total kook and were being a dick and cutting people off or whatever.
See, that's all we have out here. We have dudes that are like head dudes out here, but they're not even good. But you have to respect them because they're fucking nuts, and they're not that good. And they'll. I know that this one guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but in
Don't say his
Malibu,
name, please.
Fucking took a rock to a 10-year-old's board and broke the shit out of it.
You're like,
and he's not that good. Like he's not good.
It's funny, guys, probably because this is part of he talks about in the book about the local and like, it's you guys don't own the ocean. It's owned by the whatever everybody, Mother Nature.
I get that. But there also is like I've grown up here for 40 years. You started surfing 3 years ago. There is like a somewhat respect thing.
There's
It's
a
like the
reason
streets.
to show, you have to show respect, dude, right?
Because he talks about incident where a kid kind of, he's coming down a wave and his kid's in front of him and he's like, yo, and he's trying to tell this new kid, like, get out of the way, and they end up fucking crashing into each other, and the guy dings his board, and he wants to walk him to the local, like you did with your friends, go out the water and then make him pay for it and take him to the surf shop.
I did that.
I
did
know,
that
he talks about in the
all
book,
my boys
too.
Grabbed this dude, not grabbed him, but we brought him with us to
That's
the
what he
shop. I was
talked
like,
about.
You're going to give me $150 for this because this is all completely your fault, and you also didn't say sorry, you didn't feel bad, you didn't care. And he called the cops. He's like, these guys are trying to beat me up. I was like, we're a bunch of surfers in our wetsuits trying to get you to just give me money because you owe me money.
Yeah.
Like, my board up, I was like, shit's expensive. I saved up. It's like a $900 board.
Yeah.
And then, but the fact is, you didn't say sorry. You don't care. You have no respect.
That's what he was talking about in the book.
And, like, I don't care either. But at least throw me a bone, dog.
Yeah, dude.
I was like 16, 17, and like I can't afford that anyway. So it's like we're gonna go to my local surf shop. And he went in there and he told the owner, he's like, these kids are trying to beat me up right now. I'm like, dude, you're a 35-year-old man. It's just me and my 16-year-old buddy's like, hey, man, like, you're going to hook it up with, like, dude, like, that's crazy.
But he
How long are you out here for?
I don't know, 3 or 4 days. I gotta-
surf.
Oh, we should surf. There's waves.
But real quick, he talks in the book of how he wanted to do the same thing that you did.
Dude, it's the only time I fully flipped out on someone in the water.
Really?
Right? I flipped out on this guy. It was on this left, and it's a really long left. Like, I get 90-second rides there on the regular.
That's
Right.
the Kelly Slater wave range.
Left-
That's perfect.
Left. This is in the wild.
This is for free. Okay?
in the South America, and I'm cruising, and there are people that learn there, but like this guy, I'm cruising down the line. I was on a brand new longboard.
Were you in Peru?
Huh? No,
Oh, okay.
Ecuador.
Oh,
And I'm cruising down the line, and this guy starts paddling. And I've already been surfing for like 20 seconds. He doesn't look, right? And I'm like, hey! And he looks at me. He's paddling. And then he just turns away and just keeps paddling. And I'm like, hey! And he's just paddling and paddling. And I'm like, I'm getting close to him. And I'm like screaming at him like, stop.
I hate having to scream, but you
Right.
have to sometimes.
Right? He does not stop. He's total kook. Doesn't know what he's doing. So I try and turn, but it was like too late. And we collided. And it was like an idiot. It was like if you were looking at like if you were looking like at a train coming your way and you just stood on the tracks and did not move,
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then we collided in the water. I got up and I'm like, what the fuck? I checked to make sure I wasn't bleeding. And then I looked and he had just fucking cut my brand new board. It was brand new. I carried it all the way from the Outer Banks, by the way, from Rodanthe all the way to Ecuador, which is not cheap.
No, it's not.
And it's a longboard, so it's a pain in the ass. And I
Yeah,
just
it
leave it there with my homies.
Was it
but I-
buckled?
Huh?
Was it buckled?
It was just sliced, like across the bottom.
sucks.
Brand new gouges. And I just freaked out on this guy. And I'm like
I would too.
screaming at him. I'm like, ah! Like a lunatic. And him and his buddies came over and like in the water, they didn't know what to do. They ran. And I'm just standing there in the water screaming. like, ah! They left. They left the village.
But then you feel bad for it for a
Village.
couple of days.
It was a village. It's a village.
I know. It's funny you said village. I know.
They left the village. They ran into the woods and left the village. Like,
But I like you talk about how you felt bad like a couple
I
days
had
after.
emotional hangover
Mm.
because, like, you know what? It's just a surfboard,
Yeah.
and like it's just a surfboard. Nobody got hurt,
Yeah.
and I took it to my buddy. He repaired it. I have the money for it,
It was just that moment, though.
but it was like this overwhelming rage, and like I am not like that.
And the water's supposed to be calming. This whole shit's supposed to be like
Yes.
a peaceful, calming place.
But I think it's also like, it's like someone could have gotten hurt very badly,
Yeah.
including myself.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes some people just don't belong in the water. You know what I'm saying, Toby?
I agree.
Yeah.
I understand.
But it's almost like there's comparisons to it, which probably not the mic for Maddie now, but it's not gatekeeping the water, but there's also some sort of respect, like you said, about the people there, the locals, and who you know. It's almost like the hardcore scene.
Dude, if you should show up at CBGB's and just walk in and just start, I'm the king of the world, just start fucking
Kicking and swinging, hitting the wrong
swinging and
person.
stuff.
Yeah.
That does not go well.
No.
It doesn't,
And
man. It's a good
we
point.
policed it.
It's true.
And so you go and you're like, hey, kind of look, when you go somewhere and you don't know people, you show respect.
Absolutely.
This
man.
is your home,
Yeah. But yeah, it's true. I was thinking about that, how it's same as kind of the hardcore scene.
Yeah, I would agree.
You come in, you meet people, see the right people, you respect, you know what I mean? You be bumping into somebody or you do something, oops, my bad. It's not like, it's everybody's, you know what I
And
mean?
there's
Yeah.
a difference too, though. Like you could tell when someone's just like they're not even thinking about it, but they don't have any intent behind it.
Mm.
Where-
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're just kind of, like you said, just kind of a dummy.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that feels like it's their time to shine.
Yeah, they're
gonna-
entitled.
Yeah, exactly.
Entitled.
There is a
Yeah.
difference, I think.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
And
Yeah,
I think the response to that will also be different.
What's your
Yes,
ta-
indeed it will.
what is your take? What's your take on gatekeeping and stuff like that in the scene? And
I mean, dude, it's
You're an elder statesman now.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I mean,
there's so many new bands. There's so many hardcore bands. It's like a crazy. We always talk about it's a beautiful time for music right now.
it is. I think music is for everyone.
Yeah.
I think also, like, I mean, not to sound like a dick, but like, this is not for everyone,
Yeah.
right? And so you're not entitled to come and automatically be accepted in something that was underground for so long,
Yeah.
and was a self-sustaining ecosystem.
Yeah.
When you think about when we started listening to this music and so forth, there was no Google, there was no Facebook, there is no, like, what is New York hardcore? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I have the list. Agnostic Front,
Yeah,
Cro-Mags,
right,
Madball.
right.
I
Yeah.
can listen to this. H2O is more melodic. I can check this stuff out. What is this? What should I wear to this? Blah, 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 blah. Now I have all the answers, and now I am this thing. That's not how it was.
Nope.
You had to meet people and sort of become part of it, and it's community just as much as the music. I think.
Totally.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned the book, like I get into punk rock and it was called Hey F Word.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And that's
What-
so true.
No,
Yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
right? And being a dude with a fucked up haircut in a little redneck town.
Me too. I was in St. Mary's, Maryland in the 80s. Same
Yeah,
shit.
rednecks
fights all the time, dude.
people throwing beer bottles at you.
Yes, while I was skating.
Like,
Yes.
it's like we paid our dues.
Facts, dude. So
that.
true. Yeah, man.
So, like, I am not precious with that music or that environment. I'm not saying nobody cannot come and see this, but, like, you have to, like, it's not something you can just walk in and be like, I am this now. I am accepted.
Mhm. Yeah. There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of ideals, there's a lot of morals we have, there's a lot of beliefs that we have that's not like, I saw this on TikTok and I'm gonna go start a pit, but
Yes.
you know what I mean? But I hate gay
Yeah.
people.
There's
Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm racist. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
There's
Like,
a-
there's a message with the music.
A moral code. And
Yes.
that's another thing that attracted me to this type of music, is that there is meaning behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's real.
Yeah.
It's real, and it's
And
still
it's inside of us forever. It's like,
Yes.
it's not some shit we grew out of. You know what I'm saying? It's just some spirit of youth we carry. It's something we carry with us forever. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's still as real to me now as it was when I started getting to it. I'm 12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
It still means something to me. That's why I care. I care about what I write and the music we make and put out, you know?
Yeah.
Because I want people to connect with it the way that I connected with the Bad Brains, with Black Flag, with...
There's a reason why now you see somebody with green hair or red hair, it's not shocking. You see somebody with a piercing or tattoo, it's not shocking.
No.
But we all rocked that shit in the 80s where people were fucking with us the whole... You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not saying because of us there's that, but... We went through it before the internet, before all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
We're out there just skating, being...
Yeah, and it adds a little bit more value to it. It gives it a little bit more substance than just seeing it on TV. You know, I mean, look, when we all got into it, we had to see it from somewhere.
Yes.
True.
Right? And like not have the full understanding of it.
And we're all
100% is a learning process. What is this?
Yep.
we're all posers at one time.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
But you know, there's a reason why in those earlier days, something inside us that we gravitated to it. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas now it is much easier to just be attracted to it in terms of fashion, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. And that's definitely missing the mark if that's why you're coming into it, is just because of the fashion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just fascinated. Like when I was a punk rocker, there was metal and metal heads and punk rockers, and the two
Clashed.
They did.
There
They
were
clashed.
fights.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Some shows would bring those people together and there would be static, you know?
Yeah.
Like you go to like, I don't know, like DRI or something.
Yeah.
Even like
Crossover.
Agnostic Front.
Yes.
100%.
You know?
100%. Yeah, which, you know, I mean, my experience anyway is definitely the metal crowd were much more aggressive against us than vice versa.
Really?
Really?
In St. Paul, Minnesota, when I'm first getting into punk rock.
Okay, okay.
Right.
Yeah. And then it definitely flipped.
Skins versus...
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it flipped. But you know, I mean, so today, and you know, talking to a man here that's in your position, I mean, is it fair? Like, would you label Lamb of God metal? Like, I mean,
Sure, we're a metal band, absolutely. But like,
but when I hear
With a hardcore kid singing.
but when I hear it, it's like, to me, it's very clear that there are, you know, it's an edgy metal. It's a
our bass player said we're a punk rock band that plays metal.
That's the way it sounds.
I like
That's
that
the way
too,
it comes
man.
off to me.
And
Yeah.
like, and those are the bands we played with when we first started developing an audience in Philly in punk rock warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we played with all the punk and hardcore bands because there was not like this. The metal scene now, particularly in America, is much bigger than it was when we started.
Sure.
And there's like metal tour packages constantly and
Metal boat cruises.
Yes. That didn't exist when we started. You know, metal was in like a big downswing then. So like, I don't know. I never thought I'd wind up in a metal band, but I did. But like,
but your beliefs, everything all comes from hardcore. Everything about you is like comes from
hardcore
that.
punk rock, yeah.
Dead
Absolutely.
Kennedy, Squall, all that shit.
Yes.
Crass,
All of it.
Discharge, all that
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bad Brains, one of your favorite bands.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Hatebreed too.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just it. Kind of like how
Jamie's
you're
a
talking,
hardcore
how you're
kid.
talking. I thought of this when you said it about the skating and the surfing. You know, bringing it back to each other, right? It technically started surfing and then skateboarding, but then skateboarding brought something to surfing. I'd say metal and hardcore have brought things to each other from both sides.
For
And
sure.
there's
And I think that's great.
You don't really see the fucking like long hairs fighting the punk rock kids anymore. But that was real in the 80s.
Oh yes,
You
Yeah.
know, I saw that shit and like, I'm glad that's done with because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it makes way more sense.
For us, the weirdos, to unite.
Exactly.
Can I go pee?
Yeah, go pee. Yeah. Go pee. Oh, pause. Yeah. Perfect. Back from a piss break. I think we were talking about. What were we talking about just now? Was it?
Well,
Oh yeah, go.
metal and
Yes.
punk rock or metal
Yeah.
and hardcore, right? I mean, would it be fair to say with your current observation and experience that you just see a big blend right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I think is beautiful.
Me too.
I think it's beautiful. You know, I mean, in the 80s, skateboarding once again, but like the bands I really like skateboarding most to was stuff like Animosity Era, COC,
Oh yeah.
The Accused,
The Accused.
you know,
Wow.
DRI,
Yep.
and very crossover sounding
Yeah.
stuff, very aggressive metal, like
How about some Gangrene?
influence. Yeah, sure, but no doubt about it.
That was like
I
some
can't live without it.
alcohol.
Alcohol.
Chicka,
Yeah.
chicka, chicka,
Used
chicka.
to sing that when I was going to the parties in high school. We listened.
I sang it too. I don't even drink. I love that shit. Another wasted night.
Oh yeah, well I sang lots of Minor Threat even though I was drinking.
I like
You know,
to
so-
I like to have a Minor Threat quote in the new book too.
Yes, I my friend London May.
My friend too. Shout him out.
Yeah, love London. It's a trip to me that I know all these people, right?
Yeah.
Even
I don't want to say what his job is. He has such a cool job.
yeah,
So cool.
yeah. But
Sam Hain.
Sam, yeah, he's drummer in Sam Hain, but
Okay.
he
Yeah.
introduced me to Ian. Sam Hain was on tour. They did a reunion tour, and I went out and shot some photos for them. He introduced me to Ian in D.C., and then I wanted that Minor Threat quote, and I got London to get me Ian's email, and I'm like, hey, dude, can I
best.
use this? And we went back and forth, and he's like, yeah,
He's the
just send
best.
me a copy, and I'm like,
Best dude.
so awesome because that song, like the quote, and we're just talking about it, I just
Let's
read
go.
it.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
You know,
Fuck have you
this
done?
is how the fucking, because there's a million people willing always to point out to you how what you've done, someone else has done before, done better,
Bro.
or how what you do doesn't make a difference, or how you suck, you're going to fail, blah, 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 blah. There's always people talking, pointing.
You're always talking shit
You
now.
know? But most of them don't do anything. So I sort of compressed my favorite lines from the Minor Threat song in my eyes, and that's the beginning of the book. It says, you tell me nothing matters, you're just fucking scared. You tell me that I make no difference, at least I'm fucking trying. What the fuck have you done? Right? And that's my
dude.
question. That is my question to anyone who out there in the world who loves to just live in this negative mind
Talk
state,
about it, man.
pointing
Let's go.
fingers all the time. You did this wrong. You didn't do this right. You could have done this better. Shut the fuck up. What the fuck have you done? At least I'm fucking trying.
Yep.
So
You know?
true.
And like
So
when
relevant.
I listen to that, sometimes tears will come to my eyes. I'm like, I'm fucking trying. And even though the world is crazy and it's upsetting and lots of negativity, I'm like, I'm fucking trying, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking trying.
At least we're fucking trying, man.
And it means something.
so much.
It
man.
means something. So thank you, Ian. Thank you, Sir Mackay, for letting me quote that song you wrote when you were 19 or whatever.
Can I get a little bit more of that conversation with you and him on doing it? It was all email, you said?
It was all email.
He's an email
I
OG.
talked to him in person when backstage in D.C. at this Sam Hain gig, but it was all email.
And was there a point at all where you thought like, well, maybe he doesn't, maybe you're not sure if he's gonna agree? Or
I think he. I don't think he understood what I was asking for at first.
right.
I think he thought I was trying to use the quotes within writing in the book. He's like, well, what exactly are you going to do with it? And I was no. It's just going to be one page with your words on it. Like, so, because they mean something to me. And he's like, oh yeah, of course.
I love that Ian cares and he'll ask you a question. If you ask him a question, then he'll want to know why and everything. And he's just
Well,
so
yes.
straightforward about shit.
Because
man.
you have to be careful with what people do with your work, man.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, clearly he was very sincere with his lyrics.
Yes.
100%.
And so-
Still lives by him.
Yeah.
Still lives
So,
by him.
You know, I would just imagine that he's willing to share as long as he understands how you're looking to.
Yeah, that I'm not
Present it.
like gonna like I'm not some weird white power fucking
Yeah.
loser, you know, or like
right.
you kind of gotta,
Yeah.
and that's the thing, man. You kind of like if someone's gonna use your work, you know, if you're like you're co-signing
Yeah.
You know?
And you're fucking Ian Mackay, minor threat, bro. Come on, dude.
Yeah. So like it was very generous of him to do that, and I mailed him a copy of the book, and I'm assuming he got it. I didn't hear from him. I hope he enjoys it. You know?
Yeah. It's interesting you said that, not some white power dude, because in the book he talks about, doing the bone marrow, giving it to some stranger you don't know. You don't know if that person was in the clan, you say, or anything about the person you're giving your bone marrow to. You haven't met this person.
Yeah.
What if they're a serial killer? What if, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
me and this the donor, we used to joke about it. It's like, well, what if it's some asshole? What if he's like the Grand Wizard of the KKK? What if like all this stuff this effort I put into like making this song and you put in through your own body, like what if we save some fucking dickhead? But it's like that's stuff beyond my control. I'm responsible for the effort, not the outcome.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's something I think that in general, people, it would behoove them to remember that you're responsible for effort, not the outcome.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
But you are responsible for effort. So if you're not doing anything but criticizing, that's not effort.
And it's not helping anybody.
No, it's not helping.
It's doing,
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about in your book like the doomsday and the doom scrolling and the pandemic, and all of a sudden there's all these people who are scientists, these people who are doctors, these people who know all these things, and just how negative and such of a dark cesspool the internet can be.
Yeah.
And your love and hate relationship with it getting off and coming back, it's like a necessary evil, and
it's like it's really weird. Like since January 1st, me and my chick, like, we deactivated our social media accounts. Like it's supposed to be for 14 days because she
how's
read
it feel?
Great. She read some study that was like, well, our relationship with our phones is fucking insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Spend more time there with the actual person you're with.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. And so with me, it's not just social media. It's also, I have a problem with checking the news. I'm a compulsive news junkie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like my phone at the beginning of the year, my chick got this device called the Brick, and you can pick what apps you want it to block.
Fuck with that.
And it's a physical device. It's like this big. It's like a little brick. It's got a magnet on it. You stick it on your fridge, and then you scan your phone with it, and it's blocked.
Dude.
So, like, I have not, like, my phone now, everything is black and white. I did it to grayscale, so it's not, like, a colorful phone anymore. You don't realize.
I want to do that too. That's kind of
that's
sick.
interesting. I have not heard anyone.
For the
else.
listeners, Randy's whole screen is black and white. It looks
Yeah.
looks like the photos you
came
post.
up with that on your own, or did you hear someone else?
No, I read it in a book. It's like you can transfer it because, like,
Dude, it looks so crazy.
This is not nearly as inviting as all these like video game looking things.
I mean, go ahead.
Like my phone doesn't have social media on it. It doesn't have. Really, I don't use it for anything but for text messaging, phone calls, and like I have maps because I got to drive when I'm out here in California. I don't know my way around.
Yeah.
You know?
Ian's got a flip phone.
Yeah.
I hear those are coming back.
That's kind of hard, dude.
This is almost a flip phone.
Right.
Right?
That's a good approach. I like that.
And I've locked it down, but like if I need like it for like an emergency, for like maps or whatever to find it, I can still use it. So, but I have a problematic relationship with the phone. It's addictive, it's addictive by design.
100%.
You know,
I mean, Steve Jobs said he wanted to make an extension of the human body, supposedly, and that was one of his quotes.
Right,
and it worked. I like one of the things you say in the book is like we walk through the world under constant assault by never-ending digital stream of dogmatic opinions, envy-inducing advertisements, and doomsday news.
Yeah.
It's so true.
It's
dude.
constant.
It's constant, like pounding you over the head. Like you can't escape it.
All the time.
It's crazy when people now, they repost the same news that's already been the news. It's like they're reposting stuff that you can already see on the news. So everybody's just reposting the same stuff over and over again.
Right. And there's so much misinformation and disinformation. So for news, also,
anger, fear, and confusion.
Yes. Like for news, I got the subscription to this thing called Ground News.
Okay.
And it doesn't have Because if you look at CNN, you're going to have a very biased sort of language for the left. If you look at Fox News, obviously it's going to be very biased to the right. And the language is important. Like they're playing with your emotions in the languages of the headlines and stuff. And you don't even realize it. I just want, this is what happened.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I've seen that. And that to me is exactly what is best for you.
Right. So like this website called Ground News, it shows the same news story. It's like, let's say Randy did a podcast with Toby, and the left wing covered it as they were snazzy looking dressers. The right wing covered it as they were ugly weirdo freak dirtbags. Right? Like that, neither of those have nothing to do with the fact that it's just me and you did a podcast.
Yeah.
So like this website shows news bias. It shows bias from different
That's cool.
outlets. So and it shows levels of factuality. Like this story has very low level of factuality. There's a lot of like rumor added to it or so forth. So I'm trying to be more conscious with my consumption of the news because it's all bad lately. And
Sure.
and it wears on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does. I feel the weight quite a bit too. And
Yeah.
I've definitely separated myself from it. I told you, like my 19-year-old son, he's deactivated. He's on.
Yeah.
And I
cool.
didn't realize that was kind of a thing for that younger generation.
I love it, man.
They're starting to figure this out.
Well, it's bad. They know it's bad for them. Some of them, they're starting to figure it out. And you think about it, like kids his age, they're guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have this shit.
No, we're outside, man.
Yeah, we didn't have this shit. We don't know what it's doing to our brains. We don't know what it's doing to us emotionally growing up, And
as a parent, it was effort to find the balance. I didn't want to completely shield them from it because it is our world.
Yeah,
You
you're
gotta
not
learn how to navigate it.
You're
You
not
gotta-
doing them any favors by keeping them in the little bubble.
right. But you got to help them understand that, what are the downsides? What are the
I mean,
challenges?
suicide rate, depression,
That's
kids
horrible.
kids getting bullied in their house, in their bedroom, not just at school,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
person. It just follows them 24/7.
So yeah, you just made a good point. Like I got bullied as a fucking weirdo, skinny nerd punk rock kid. Like I bullied, but that was at school.
Yep.
When I went home,
it was over.
it's over. Right?
For the night, yeah.
For the night, it's over. And then it's like, the next day it's like, I gotta go. And
But you can avoid that person if you try during the day physically and not see them.
Yeah, let me try and like figure how to navigate this horrible, confusing time. It was over.
But how do you avoid it on your phone? Maybe kids, and they don't want to delete the app because they want to be part of something, might miss something. You know what I'm saying? Like and you can't tell on the person because you're a snitch. You're telling the person.
I think that's like
Max.
one reason why the way we came up is so valuable is because we had a sense of community.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a community of weirdos, the
Absolutely.
people that society might be like, fuck you guys, So we're like, okay, well, fuck everyone, and
found our
we
tribes, man.
found the tribe, right? But like, I think this everybody wants to belong, to something, and I think,
and our whole thing was we don't want to belong to society.
Exactly.
We don't listen to everything. We don't trust anything. We question everything.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, and
Agreed. But we did want to belong somewhere.
yes, you
right?
need
Yeah.
belonging. A
Yeah,
human
exactly.
that is humans are social animals. We need to belong somewhere,
Yep.
and
Fit in, yeah.
we lived in the island of misfit toys.
Absolutely.
And that's okay, and I love it, and I
Yeah.
still do
Yep.
there. But I see young kids today coming up, and they're trying to figure their life out. Can you imagine trying to figure your life out when everything is documented and possibly used against you, and you're judged?
Good Lord.
Like every move is like watched and stuff. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, and anyone who doesn't actually connect the dots to think that all the data is being aggregated and analyzed, and it will be, when there's opportunity to use it against you, it will.
Yeah, and it's absolutely, and it's all, a money game too.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So these like fucking Mark Zuckerberg doesn't need any more money.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so.
He doesn't need any more of my money. And
Yeah.
I have this weird relationship with my only real social media account now is Instagram, and I would have deleted it, period, but I still have used it to raise money for charitable causes very successfully. And every now and then, like, if like say I have a new book coming out, it's like how I let the world know.
Yeah.
But
a show, whatever, yeah.
But now, like the algorithm is so fucked up, and Meta admitted this. Only 7% of what the average user sees on their Instagram feed comes from people they follow. The rest is ads.
Wow.
And like other influencer reels and stuff. And what gets traction, what feeds the algorithm is negative things.
Damn. Wow.
Totally.
It's that's how it's designed.
So sad, man.
It's negative things. So like you could make a video of like, this is how to improve your life. It's not really going to do as well as like, my house just got robbed.
It's so true, dude.
Well, and when you do make that video to this is how you could improve your life, no doubt there's tons of people in queue waiting to put their comments to just try to cut you down.
Yeah,
for it.
absolutely.
And like, because that's a sport. That's like a, and I don't know what that says about us, but nothing good, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Like somebody doing something positive for somebody, like a fundraiser or something. Nobody cares, but then it's like somebody else doing something crazy or playing a show or something. Or a street fight.
Yeah,
everybody's watching that shit.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
I was so desensitized too by it. Go.
Very much. I stumbled onto some Gigi Allen documentary on YouTube like a week ago and just
hated.
No, it was something else, and there was a comment on it that I just loved. I hadn't thought of it. And it said, "Imagine this guy with Twitter." That was a pretty good.
Bro,
I interviewed him about a month before he died.
Did you
really?
Yeah.
Where?
In Richmond, Virginia, at a bar called Marvin's. He was playing. I had a fanzine, a little punk rock fanzine.
Dude.
And I went to the gig earlier, and I saw his brother Merle. I'm showing you.
He's on social media.
Yeah.
I saw Merle, who we played with Myrtle Junkies at CB's a couple times after Gigi had died. But I was like, Merle, I want to interview Gigi. He's like, okay, I'll set it up. And then I interviewed Gigi Allen at this bar across the street, and this guy from this local like weekly rag was like, hey, can I sit on the interview? And I'm like, no, this is mine. I set this up. So I interviewed Gigi Allen. I bought him one Singapore sling, which is what he wanted. He bought me 4 pitchers of Bass Ale. And he was very nice. He did tell me that he was a musical genius about 100 times in the conversation. But he was very nice, like sitting there.
And lucid. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was lucid. And then some fans came in with a bunch of shit to sign. And he kind of got weird, right? And then the show played, and I stayed way in the back because I didn't want to get shit on me or whatever.
Exactly.
And then a few days later, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to transcribe this little interview for my punk rock fanzine. And the local paper came out, and the guy had just recorded my interview in the next booth and used it in the local paper. And I was like, you motherfucker.
What?
Right? And then about a month later, Gigi Allen died.
Damn, dude.
At the gas station.
Yeah. H2O played there the next day after he died. And everybody's like, don't use that microphone. The day after.
That was a Madball show.
It was a Madball show. Yeah. The next day. Yeah. The day after he died. At that venue. He died like in Avenue A. Or he's like walking the streets or something.
He like split from there all fucking whacked out of his mind. You know?
I mean, you just mentioned CBGBs. You mentioned the book. Like, it was your biggest dream to play there. You played there in 97. You're like first out of 7 bands or something. Yeah. And then you came back and headlined and sold it out.
Yeah. A few times.
And then you went on to do Madison Square Garden after that. Yeah. It's crazy, man. That was like the biggest dream. Like, I got to play CBGBs.
Yes. And Madison Square Garden, I've played Madison Square Garden 3 times now.
Damn.
And like, playing Madison Square Garden, the emotions from that, I mean, it's cool. You're playing the Garden, was nothing compared to the first time we played CBGB.
Right. Yeah.
Right. The first time we played CBGB, I was like, okay, I can die now. Yeah. I made it. I'm here. This is the birthplace of punk rock.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is where Blondie and the Ramones all those bands started
Nah,
here.
it's legendary, man.
And I was just like, I can smell it now to this day. Have you ever
I love
walked?
the smell.
Have you ever walked past the
John Barbados?
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Yeah.
Did you go in?
No, I didn't.
I've never been in.
I heard there's some CB stuff in the back, though, maybe.
There is. From what I understand.
Who is John Barbados?
He's a designer. He's like a fashion designer, I guess.
There's rumors that Bono was supposed to buy it. Like, he was at Joey's bedside when he was passing. Those two were super close. There was a moment where supposedly Bono was going to buy CB's and save it back then. That was a rumor.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I was listening to an old Howard Stern episode, and they were talking about CB's and having financial issues, and this was like early 90s. And Stern was like, God, why didn't they buy the building when they had the chance? When it was cheap.
Hilly.
Because now at that point in the 90s, the Bowery was already, it cost too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I've never walked in there, but I've looked in the windows. There's a Lamb of God song called King Me. It's the last song on I think it's Resolution record. And one of the verses, I was walking because I recorded the vocals in New York.
Oh, that's cool.
Long Island City. And one night, I used to go into the city and just walk at night when I wasn't working. And
Great.
And one night I was walking along the Bowery and I was looking at this place. And I was like, that looks really familiar. And I was like, oh, this is CB's.
Yeah.
And like, I remember standing in front of the doors and looking in and like, just, it was weird, dude. I could like smell it. I could see the bar and just how dirty and everything.
Yeah.
It's
such a great smell, though. I don't know why, man.
I was like, it's so crazy. And it was like, but it's gone.
Yeah. Is John Barbados a punk dude or something? Or
I don't
I know
know.
nothing about him.
No
It's
clue.
some
Also, I
design.
love your love for the Chelsea Hotel. I just got to go there a year or two ago. It was my wife's dream to go there and stay there. We got to go there and stay there and have the view on the Chelsea and the sign. And I didn't realize it's a haunted building. I didn't realize the history about it. But like Bob Dylan, Hendrix, Patti Smith, William S. Burroughs, Leonard Cohen, Janis Joplin, Mark Twain, Sid Vicious, Randy, and Josh Brolin. Those are like their spots. Like there's a lot of history there, man. You ever stayed there?
Dee Dee Ramone.
I never stayed
Didi
there.
Ramone too. Yeah,
lived there.
it's so nice, and it's just like there's so much history though.
Yeah.
We met a guy who was like 90 years old in the elevator. He's still in the last standing tenant, still living there today. And he talked about how he has rent control. And like he told my wife, "Oh, I used to see Sid in the hallway. He was such a nice boy."
Well, there's a
fucking
woman
crazy.
that still lives there too. There's a documentary about that
Oh, really?
hotel
Okay.
called.
I gotta watch that shit, dude.
Look it up. It's about the Chelsea.
Legendary.
It's
bro.
amazing documentary about it.
Mm.
But I've stayed there a few times now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little pricey, but it's worth it to do it. Like just at least be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
It's-
I don't know. I wanted to write a beginning of a chapter of a book in there because I'm a big nerd with like
No, history and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you love that.
love it.
You love New York?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I feel New York is. I never lived there.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have liked to have lived there in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm old now. I feel like it's interesting. New York is
Yeah.
right now is an interesting spot, but I feel like things have gotten so taken over by outside money in
Yeah.
New York.
It doesn't have the same character that it did before.
Right. Well, it's like
Most things don't. But
most things don't, but it's like it's really distressing because I have so much love for the history of New York.
Yeah.
New York was a place where artists you could come and find a shitty apartment and be an artist.
yes,
And like it was that was it, man. That's where all the people came together, and you think of how much art and music and writing
Yeah.
have come out of that. Because you could afford a shitty apartment on the Lower East Side or whatever. Yes, it was dangerous, but
It was exciting though, man.
Exciting, and now that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's unaffordable to live in New York.
Yeah.
Brooklyn has gotten so expensive. Everything is so expensive, and a bunch of like broke artists, which are what made in a large part that city so cool, like the art and the music and everything so vibrant, the culture out of that, like they can't afford that anymore.
Mm.
So like young people can't find that dream in New York anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
think.
I mean, going there, I feel so old and like I don't even recognize this place. But
you go
for
down
Max,
St. Mark's Place.
Yeah.
Like at night, it's like tons of like people with money and
Yeah. It is not the same mark.
but
Yeah.
Max loves it because it's like a young city. I remember we were young running around the streets too back then,
Sure.
but it was a different time, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's just everything. I mean,
But it's
crazy.
what I don't. And like I said, it was never my city. But like I have so much respect for all the art that came of it. It distresses me that young people can't afford to go live there right now
Yeah.
to create.
Yeah.
Well, and I also, I mean, I've always said this. I don't think there's New Yorkers in New York anymore. Very few.
Not that many, you know.
You know.
You guys, we all know some of the born and bred ones that are
They're still there,
that are
yeah.
still there.
Still
you
a
know.
couple people we know there.
Still a couple.
Yeah. I like in the book too. You talk about. I think we're talking about like success and just like what would Rollins do? It's like guilty of being a success. That punk rock guilt.
Punk rock guilt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, I never understood why it's people get bummed that bands can make money doing what they love and trying to make the world a better place and sing and travel and play music and inspire people. It's such a positive thing that musicians try to do with their music, but then people get mad if they start making money or they're not playing to 5 people in the basement no more.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So then you have this guilt, like, I'm
Well-
making money, what should I, like having success, you know?
Well, I think for the fans is like the ones that get so bummed it's because they lose this feeling of
Ownership.
of possession, of
Yeah.
ownership.
Or I
Yeah.
found them first.
Yeah.
I saw the
which
first
is
show.
relatable on some level.
Yes, it is.
Right?
It is relatable on a level, 100%. But it's not to the point where I think you should be like, "Fuck you,"
Right.
because you're able to make a living.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I mean, like,
So you had some punk rock guilt.
oh yes, and like, I'm not I'm not like uber rich or anything, but I don't have to worry about paying rent anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I have money.
Yeah.
And
And
that's-
and I
That
can
you worked for, though.
that I work for, and I can. Furthermore, I'm pretty ethical with my money. I use it to help people,
Yes.
you know, and but I don't have to trip about like, am I going to be able to pay rent and eat,
Mhm.
which I know that feeling for many years.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. But you're not wearing like iced out jewelry. You're not buying crazy cars.
No.
Yeah.
No, dude.
You
I'm
live
wearing a
modest life.
fucking amoebic shirt. And like, you know, like.
But even if you want to treat yourself, you have every right to treat yourself because you worked hard for the shit.
Right. But it's just, it's very strange. It's like the intersection of, I guess the intersection of commerce and art has always been touchy. But
It's true.
I'm almost 55.
Yes.
I can't afford to play the punk rock basement anymore.
No.
To go on tour and only get paid in spaghetti.
You've done that.
Like
But you've been there and
I'm
done
an
that.
adult. I
Yeah.
can't live, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a difference, right? Like the industry itself, because we've had multiple people on this podcast that
Mhm.
represent the industry side
Yeah.
of
But they come from hardcore, which is
but
cool.
they come from hardcore.
They're not-
right?
they're not
the,
suits.
The industry, well, they are the suits today,
Right.
right? And suit is obviously, an outdated term because they're not wearing suits,
Right.
And so
It's what the dudes from Bold Start Trust Records?
Yeah, that's Joe Nelson and dude from Judge,
Or is it Judge?
Judge, yeah.
I knew it was one of the...
Matt Pincus, Joe Nelson.
Yeah.
And then our friend Vitalo was in a band called Backtrack, and he manages Terra, Knock Loose, and Turnstile. He's a hardcore straight edge
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
So he's the one we're talking about. Like, and our
Yep.
friend Ricky Singh from Flat Spot
Exactly.
Records have every
Yeah.
hardcore band on it. They're hardcore kids trying to take care of bands because they've slept on floors and they've toured in bands.
And
Right.
your success is not by way of trying to kiss the ass of some corporate,
No.
payroll so that you can make more money.
Trying to get radio hit.
It's
Lamb of God.
never.
It's your art that is happening to connect with enough people
Yeah.
where there can be revenue that can be, it helps you earn a living.
Yeah, it's
God
bizarre.
forbid.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like I still am like, sometimes we'll be on the touring and on a bus and just like, wow, we actually make a living doing this.
And then trying to tell like a civilian on an airplane or something, what do you do? What kind of music you play? What's your band's name?
Oh, dude.
And you're like a grown man, like, my band's called this, and we play this type of music. It's still very, underground, you know? In a sense,
I used to have a line when people would ask me on the airplane, what do you do? And I would just say computer stuff. Right?
It's amazing.
Because most of the time their eyes glaze over.
Yeah.
But I was always living in fear that one day some guy was going to be like, oh, yeah, what type of computer stuff? I do computer stuff. You
Damn,
know?
yeah.
And then I'm just be like, you know.
What's been like a punk rock guilt moment for you think? Just business stuff or feeling bad about buying yourself something or? Because you got that land in Ecuador and then you fucking gave it back and like raised money on Cameo and donated all that money to help fund that and save that part of Ecuador. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing you did, man.
I mean, like, I think, I don't know, man. I still have this feeling, as weird as it is, like never having money for so long. I still have this feeling that one day I'm just going to wake up with nothing. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Like, and part of me kind of like wants that to happen in a weird way. Like, fuck it, I'll eat ramen and live in a squat again. You know, maybe I'm like
surf all day.
Yeah, romanticizing, like, but like, you know, my chick's not gonna be down with that. I got a cat, you know, like I need health insurance. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think
it's
for
like
me,
you sold your soul and changed your style.
No. Like I'm not changed a bit. I think I hurt when I see so many people suffering a lot. I think
empathy for the world.
I think that's part of it. When I see people on the street, you know, or I see people who can't afford, I don't know, like they're struggling. You know, we live in the richest country in the world. Why are so many people struggling?
Yeah. So true, man.
Why don't we all have health insurance?
Dude, that's a great question, man. My shit got doubled this year too. Everybody's got
mine
doubled.
Mine didn't double. Mine went up $300. I was paying $1,000 a month for health insurance just for me. And then I got a letter, and it's now like $1,334.
$300. Yeah, I think mine doubled to
a month.
Double. Yeah.
So I think about that, and the federal minimum wage is $7.25, and has been for like 10 years now. Like I can shell out $1,300 a month for health insurance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can't.
No, man. Yeah.
And then if they get sick, God forbid, they're gonna go fucking bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have this guilt of like there's people suffering and you're playing this music for a living and doing the fuck you want to do and travel and love what you do, and that there's almost like what's that called? Where like you feel what's the word I'm trying to think? I'm sorry. Like when you're like imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I think it's I think imposter syndrome is good for people. Like I think everybody has some of it to a degree. Totally. You know. It's
keeps you humble too.
Yeah, it keeps you humble.
Yeah. But I like your definition of punk rock guilt, rooted in authoritarian. Is that the right word? Authoritarian, anti-mindless, consumerism, anti-rockstar mentality, historically prevalent among members of the subculture that consciously rejects societal definitions of success.
Yes,
it's a really great way to put it.
Right,
very elegantly and factual.
Right.
Yeah,
well, I think about what does success mean. Like. What I mean, dude, what am I gonna do? Like, start collecting designer shit? What does that mean?
What do you collect? Collect records?
Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, but I'm not the nerd that's like, I must have this. Well, a couple I have.
A discography.
Like, I must have this 7-inch because it's the, alternative test pressing on the mixed green vinyl, and only 3 of them were made, and, and then there's a mislabel, and that means it's worthy. I'm not that nerdy, right? Are you that?
No. I'll just say it real quick. My father recently passed, and he has a vinyl collection.
Huge.
That takes up, like, this entire...
Oh yeah.
We've been talking
I
about what he's going to do with
the
it.
heck I'm going to do
Discogs
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll take what you want and get rid of the rest.
that's exactly.
That's what I
I
said.
know.
Go through it, check it out, the
Take
memories.
what you
Yeah.
want and what means to you, and then get rid of the rest, so someone else can enjoy it and
Yep.
the music can
That's
live
it.
on.
Exactly.
You know,
It's go.
but like I don't know, man. Pursuing like just collecting money, that's what I don't understand. Like these fucking billionaires who have all this money, like billions of dollars. That is an unfathomable number,
True.
right?
Yes.
If I had $1 billion, I would not know what to do. Right? It would
Yeah.
ruin your life. You'd have to give
Absolutely.
it away to like most of it to charity. But like there are these people, who are billionaires, multi-billionaires, who are crying their eyeballs out about like maybe a 1 to 3% tax increase, as if that's going to have any effect on their life whatsoever.
Nothing.
It's not.
Nothing. Yeah.
They not even notice it because that is an unfathomable amount of money. And so like suppose you had $1 billion, then what? Like,
Mhm.
does that mean you're happy?
No.
No.
No, man.
Right? No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
man.
It's a lot easier to have enough
Sure.
money to pay the bills. And
More money,
like,
more problems. Yeah.
I'm not romanticizing poverty in any sort of shape or way because I've been poor before. But like,
yeah.
but having a whole bunch of money is not going to make you fucking happy.
It's true.
And I see the wealth gap here in America increasing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and people, the rich are just getting richer and richer and richer and richer, and we don't have health insurance.
I know. It's so
You know what
it's
I mean?
crazy, man.
But the billionaires are still using all of the infrastructure
yeah.
that our taxes pay for, but they're not
Yeah.
paying a proportionate
That-
share.
That's well articulated when you talk about the fact that
You got
they're
3
still-
kids, man. What do you think about this?
Well, I just like what you said about the billionaires are still, gaining the benefit
Absolutely. Yeah.
of the services that our tax dollars pay for.
Yes,
Correct.
Yet they're not contributing in the same way.
in
we
a
are.
proportionate manner.
'Cause-
No, 20%. A billionaire. Think about this: 50% of your income. Okay, if you had $2 billion, 50% of your income. If I were to say, Matt, whatever you're making this year, I'm taking 50% of it right now. That would hurt you.
Yep.
You'd be like, that sucks.
Yep.
Totally.
A multi-billionaire, let me take 50% of your income. What practical impact is that going to have on someone's life if you still have $1 billion?
And
Right?
I agree with that. The only challenge I see is
And I'm not saying you have to take 50% of their
right,
income,
right?
but like think about this, like if I had $2 billion and you took $1 billion from me, what impact is that going to have on me? I can still go do whatever the fuck I want.
Forever. Yeah.
Forever.
dude. Yeah.
I feel like the trick to solve part of this anyway is to try to work with that community that is that rich elite,
Right?
as opposed to villainize them.
How are we going to do that?
How are we gonna do
Well,
that,
I don't
man?
have an answer to that. But I do think
They won't even let us in the
If
same
you
room
c-
with
I-
them.
on some level, I think human nature kicks in, and it's like, regardless if it's $100 or $1 billion, and now you're coming at me saying, we are going to take it from you.
Right.
And, on some level, I think some of these people are, working, they work themselves up, some of them, right? Let's be accurate on that.
Sure.
They're not trust funds. You mean okay?
Yeah. So the question is,
But the system is set up once you're that big to
That's the
increase that money.
Yeah. Right.
Capital gain.
And they're kind of untouchable people, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Are we gonna get a meeting with them, like to sit down and talk about
I
the
don't know.
unfairness
I
of
don't
how
know.
it is?
Yeah.
I love your logic. I wish people were.
Because human nature could kick in. Okay, so I worked hard to get here with this money, and now you're telling me you're going to take it. Hold on, that's part of what I think the devil's advocate in me thinks.
Sure. No. Of course,
creates a challenge.
that's a valuable.
And
But no billionaire is going to sit down with Toby and Maddie and Randy.
No.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
They're already throwing a fit over a 1 to 3% potential tax increase.
Yeah.
They're
it's just-
throwing a fit as if you're fucking cutting off their little toe.
I know.
It's like, how is this going to affect your life?
I wish more people open to conversations and logical conversations, about stuff.
Thinking about it a little more, and this could be crazy too, but just thinking in terms of helping, the understanding of directing that money to a literal service.
Right.
As opposed to just taking it from them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, look, we're not trying to just take your money and know who knows where it's going to go, and it's going to go into the pockets of other politicians, which unfortunately I think is a very good potential.
Oh, yeah.
Work to set up services that we know can actually be a benefit that no one would argue.
Yeah.
And say, here's where your money will be going.
Right.
And look at the good you're actually doing by doing it.
Yeah.
Just
That's
thinking.
that's nice and idealistic.
I know. It's a very positive
It's very positive, very PMA.
It's a very PMA bubble that I live in. Like everybody's going to be united and together, and it's all love, no war, and it's
but
all.
It also kind of, again, I feel like part of the problem is human nature's going to kick in and say, okay, you want to take this from me? Well, fuck you, I ain't giving it.
Well,
that's where I think the problems really lie. Is we turn into we make each other enemies of each other, and that's a big problem today. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what all the billionaires are doing with the money. Maybe some are donating.
There's there are some philanthropic people, but if you think about Elon Musk, he's on track to become the world's first trillionaire.
Damn.
Yeah, he's an easy target for sure.
A trillionaire, right?
Yeah.
This guy, he could literally solve fucking a lot of people. He could
world hunger, all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solve some. He's too busy being a troll on Twitter,
On the
which he bought and renamed X for some stupid reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And I am not about to be his advocate or defender.
I'm straight edge. I don't even fuck with that place, man. I don't fuck with X. That was my joke.
Yeah.
But I did see some recently because Billie Eilish called them out, and it broke down how much she's donated, all the money she's worth, compared to the 3 billionaires that she called out, and their percentages was so little compared to her percentage, and she's nowhere near a billionaire. Do you know what I'm saying? They broke it down where the money went to.
Well,
it's just interesting.
Well, you look at you talk about the music world. You look at Spotify. You look at how much money they fucking make.
So much money.
And how much we get paid.
It's true. It's so true.
The CEO, he's no longer with them, but he was taking a lot of that money and investing in AI, drone warfare technology and shit. So that motherfucker is rich as shit. So rich, but he can't pay artists fairly. You know?
Yeah. So who's this? Yeah.
That's within our world, much less the larger business.
Yeah, nobody on this podcast knows any billionaires, right? We don't know anybody.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't know all billionaires.
And I'm really interested, knowing that person. Do you think do they fit the kind of stereotypical billionaire?
No.
I wouldn't think so. If
No.
they're an acquaintance of yours,
That's awesome.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
No. But they inherited this money.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do. Multi-billionaire. Wow. Nice guy, but things are different.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he come from our world and stuff or no?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see a punk rocker, like a legit, become something happen, what they would do.
Well, I don't know why. Well, I know why, but Dr. Dre is a guy that comes into my brain.
Okay.
Didn't he reach a?
He reached a billionaire, I
status
believe. Yeah.
Through Beats, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just interesting. I don't know.
He has a school out here in
I don't
South
know
Central.
what he does with his
Yeah,
money.
he's got schools. He has all kinds of programs. Everything. Yeah.
So you give back to the community.
Totally, man.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar he's not even a billionaire. He gives back all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, there are wealthy people who are altruistic.
Aren't billionaires.
What I'm saying is I'm not saying it's wrong to have money, and I'm certainly not some sort of crazy communist, nobody can own anything or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think our financial system is set up in such a manner that these people who have these resources are able to control that system and how the money is going to increase, you know?
Mhm.
And the separation, if you look historically at the separation of wealthy and poor people and empires when they fell, right?
Yeah.
The empires were
Yeah.
at their richest, but the income gap was at its widest.
And that,
Yeah.
and especially
Yeah.
the income gap when you talk about like a corporation where they've got employees,
yeah.
Mm.
and those employees are contributing and not making money to the level of being able to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And the CEO is still making these incredible bonuses
Yeah.
and so much more money than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing here? I totally agree.
Yeah.
with
Think
that.
about the employees of Amazon.
Exactly. That's
You know?
exactly it. I was just watching a news, story on the nurses that are striking in New York right now.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, man, if we're not paying our nurses enough,
No.
and the hospitals are like challenging that,
Yeah.
yet the people at the C-suite level have the money, are doing just fine.
I have a
I
friend.
think that's a problem.
I have a friend who's a doctor, who has like explained some of the financial stuff. He got into medicine because he wanted to help people,
Right.
and then he's now within this certain, or was, I think he left this healthcare group or whatever.
Yeah.
And it became evident to him that it's so much about money and not helping people that he had to leave. He's like,
Wow.
these people, provide care, but only if you have X amount of money. You know what I mean? He's
So
like,
shady,
I'm a
man.
doctor. I want to save people's lives.
Yeah.
And when everything becomes a number, I think that's why I just have such an issue with this stuff. Everything is not, it's not you're worth this much.
Yeah.
You're a human being, man.
100%,
Like we
sir.
should care about each other.
Totally.
Yeah,
And that
man.
I'm-
totally agree.
It's not radical to think that way. That's
agree.
common sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Think about when you're growing up, like, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor. And then you get into that field and you see how scandalous and shady all of it is. And you're here for good intentions. You want to save the world and help people. I was thinking the other day, like, we can't trust the president, we can't trust government, can't trust the police, but we can trust the fire. I was thinking firemen you can trust because
Yeah.
firemen save lives. They're not out there like lighting fires on people's houses and taking, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no hustle in that. Like,
No.
they're the real heroes.
I know
For
some,
you know what I'm
I know
saying?
some New York City firefighters.
Yeah, legit superheroes though.
Yeah.
But it's just hard to trust anything, especially with online, especially with how everything is right now. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy, man. One of the chapters, I mean, we talk about your fear of death and not being in fear of dying, and the whole chapter about your grandmother who lived to, like, I think a little over 100 years
Yeah,
old,
she
right?
lived to 100.5.
Yeah, man, she made it through the Great Depression, like you just being by her side and just talking about how important it is if you have a loved one or a family member that's going through that to make all the time in the world to be with them, hold their hand, be there through them the whole time. I thought that was a beautiful chapter, man.
Yeah, it was very important to me because, like, she, that was at the tail end of the pandemic, and that was the scariest thing about the pandemic for me was, like, I understand why a lot of the nursing homes and assisted living facilities, they're like, yo, because like this, like, I'm going to get through COVID.
Yes.
But like a 99-year-old person, that might be it,
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe that's okay, but like, I was so scared she was going to die alone.
It happened to a couple friends of ours too. They had nobody in there, man.
Yeah.
In the hospital with her, man.
And just so I was like, oh my God, like, because family was everything to her. I was so scared that my grandma was going to die alone and I wasn't going to be with her. So I got to be with her, and it was so, I don't know. It
Beautiful,
was,
man.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Beautiful
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Because I was seeing people getting to FaceTime their loved ones before they passed during COVID. That was horrific to watch all that stuff and like not being able to be there and hold their hand and walking. But you did that. And you talk about how modern society's kind of lost touch with death and how to deal with it. And there's too many people that are like locked away in their homes and left to die alone. You know what I mean? It's like there's nobody there for them.
Yeah.
Just put them in a home and kind of forget about them. It's kind of sad,
Yeah, I think so, man. People need to reconnect. And that was the thing. I asked my grandmother, I interviewed her,
Yeah, you did.
When she was like 93 or 94. And I asked her, I said, what is the biggest difference between back when you were growing up in the modern age, and she didn't say like, oh, you have computers or, electric cars or even politics. She goes, I think people aren't as close as they used to be now. She's like,
Genius.
It's true though.
she's like, that's the biggest difference in her minds. People aren't as close as they used to be. They don't come and have these things.
And they don't have to be. That's the thing too. They have these phones and all that.
But
It's like,
the impact of that is
It's-
just so wide and
Yeah.
and damaging.
There's an epidemic of loneliness.
Yeah. I remember going to my first show after COVID. I was so excited. I was nervous and shit, but I was there and people, because music's so
Yeah.
essential. It was like all these lists of what was essential. It's like music was at the bottom of the totem pole. It's like, when is this ever going to happen? You finally get that connection.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It was really weird. I hate barricades, but our first show back was a barricade. I was like, yes, there's a barricade. People wearing masks in the crowd. I was like, this is so weird, easing back
Yeah.
into the world.
Oh, yeah.
But just that human connection and conversations and all that.
Oh,
It's really
dude.
true, man.
Like not being able to hug my friends.
Yeah.
I remember
And all those, are you talking the book? All those shows are like, okay, the tour's coming. Oh, it got postponed. Oh, it got canceled.
Yeah.
All that highs and lows of coming back into
Yeah.
society after the pandemic, right?
It was very weird, man.
It's hugging people and that.
Yeah, man.
Fuck. I do feel like social media was a one point where everybody was connected and everybody was
Yeah.
going through the same thing at one time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you seen people kind of, you know what I'm saying? We all kind of connected through that and seeing
Yeah.
the world locked down.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you talk a lot about death in the book and how you don't really fear death. Obviously, you swim with the sharks and you had some near-death experiences. That time you froze up on the roof, you got like your first panic attack and
Yeah.
kind of froze on that roof as it worked.
Only one I've ever had.
Yeah, only one you ever had. But just about you're not afraid of death, and you're like,
No, I'm not afraid to die. There's certainly ways I wouldn't want to die that are be unpleasant, and I'm in no hurry to die.
Yeah.
But the concept of death itself does not bother me. Right?
Yeah.
It's okay. I think it would be hard. I don't understand the people that want to live forever.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't. I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. Like, just let me go, So
Yeah.
I am afraid of dying in a state of unfulfilled purpose.
Yeah.
I want to fulfill my purpose here on life. One life, one chance. Gotta
Yeah,
get
man.
it right. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yes.
This is it.
Yes.
So we got to do something with it.
Mhm.
Something, at least something.
But
that-
you've done a lot though, man.
I try, I'm just a fucking dummy from Virginia, redneck who somehow got
But I'm
lucky.
sure there's more stories about people that got inspired from the song Duke and the Eep, you know what I'm saying, that you might have talked to, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
went and did it, you know what I mean? Okay, let's get into your records. Now we got to go. It's your 10th album, right?
Yeah, I think.
March 13th is coming out.
Is
Epic
it?
Records.
Yes.
Um,
Unbelievably.
and you recorded that studio
In Redondo.
Yeah, Redondo. Where they did like My War.
They did My War.
Really?
They did some dude, I walked in, our producer Josh got the studio for us. He's like, you're gonna love this. Like we had a good time recording at Henson last time.
Henson,
It was
yeah. That's where I went to sing.
legendary
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that, where Toby went and
Kermit the
and
Frog.
sang. Yeah.
Yes.
But like this studio is where the guy who started it, shortly after he started it, Greg Ginn, who, SST,
Yeah, man.
came to him and said, I have X amount of money. How many bands can I record here for X amount? So he kind of got a package deal. So Black Flag,
Husker Du.
Descendants, Husker Du, Minutemen, all did records there. And Spot, the famous producer, SST,
Right.
It's fucking awesome,
producer,
man.
from the beginning. So like I walked in and I saw all these punk rock records on the
Sick.
wall that had been done. And it's,
Metal Circus, one of my all-time favorite records. Who's
Yeah.
to do?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They did Zen Arcade there. I can't remember
Oh,
which
did
of
they
them.
do? Yeah, okay.
They did a bunch of records. Husker did 2 or 3 records there, but it was really cool and just like to have that vibe in there. And then the studio owner was telling me stories about like, Rollins having a freak out while he was recording My War there one night. He was
Sick.
just like up on the roof of the studio screaming like at
That's
the
sick.
moon like a maniac or something. You know?
Wow.
Like,
When did you finish the record? How long has it been done for?
let's see. When did I record it? Fuck. I've done a lot this year. So I put out a new book, did a whole spoken word tour.
Yeah, you did.
I think Oh, okay. I finished recording the record right before I did the spoken word show in LA.
Okay.
So whenever that was in the summer, I think.
Yeah.
You happy with it?
What, the record?
Yep.
I think.
Okay. I mean, I had a chance to listen to it. I think it sounds great. Like
Oh, so you've listened to it. Cool.
yeah, he
I
shared-
secretly sent it to him. Sorry.
Good. It always, like, for me, like, I don't, once I'm done with it, once I'm
You
done
want some
recording,
distance from it?
I don't really listen to it
Okay.
for a long time.
Okay.
And then,
I mean, I'll just say the players in your band are so nasty.
they're pretty good.
They're fucking, I mean,
Yeah.
that always just jumped out at me right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And and your vocals have always been. I mean, you want to hear good metal vocals. Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. I mean, I think these are indisputable facts.
Oh, thank you.
And one of the sepsis is
Yes.
that was my favorite first, but how do you say that?
Vacío.
The words. I mean, yeah, that's
It's Spanish.
Dude, you're singing on there, and I don't know. I just really love that song, man. I know you can sing besides everything else you do.
Right.
But that was just really nice to hear. That I don't know. I like
That song, and I've explained this, like, that song, if there were two people that I wish were alive still to comment on the utter lunacy that is modern day America, number one is Hunter S. Thompson, the writer, and number two is my friend Dave Brocky, the singer of Guar, who died. Because both of them, very sharp social commentators. And so that song is like, the first verse is about Hunter S. Thompson,
That's awesome.
and the second verse is about Dave Brocky. I wrote some of the lyrics to the second verse at Dave Brocky's grave
Oh wow.
because I was thinking about him. I miss him. you know?
Yeah. I learned a lot about Hunter through Josh. That's one of his favorite writers of all time too.
Yes.
And there was this art show here a couple months ago I went to. It was Hunter one. He shipped some art out here for it.
Oh, Ralph Steadman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Ralph Steadman's maniac.
Okay, so I'm cued into all this through Brolin and all this stuff, but yeah, it's cool you said that. Yeah, the record's hard, but I definitely hear. I don't know if it's on purpose, but I think it's the Parasocial Christ. I don't know. I hate comparing things, but it had like a Madball Sepultura vibe to it,
Right?
which I thought was awesome. I heard some like in there. I'm sure that's part of the influences.
Well,
That's
the way I'd say it is, I think if anything, it's the feeding back to each other type.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I mean, ever since I heard Lamb of God, it's like, okay, I'm gonna adopt some of that.
our guitar player, Willie, in
Yes,
particular,
Willie.
is, grew up listening to a lot of hardcore.
Yep,
He's the one who chose the Agnostic Front song we covered, in fact.
that's right.
It's
remember
fucking
I
you
would
said
have
that.
chosen something older.
I
you
remember-
know?
I remember
No
that.
offense.
Yeah, no, I know.
What was it from One Voice?
It was.
It was.
Wow.
It was One Voice.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
And so Willie's like, oh, One Voice, Ag Front,
Yeah.
So like
People
yeah.
love that record though. Fuck. they always
So
talk about One Voice.
he very much like grew up listening to a lot of that stuff. So that works into the riffs for sure.
Is it hard for you to get inspired and write new songs 10 albums in, 20, 25, 26? Or your mind's always going, are you journaling? You're always like thinking about things, you're writing things down?
Always thinking. But
Yeah.
like regrettably, songs are in my band in Lamb of God, particular like songs for a record, there's more material when the world's in a shittier place.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
And right now the world is in
You
a
had a couple
shittier-
years too since the last one to get inspired by everything going on. Dude.
So like things are not good. So yeah, there's plenty to sing about.
Are you writing
still.
notes in your phone or you have like a journal?
Yes, sometimes on the phone, sometimes in a journal.
Mm.
Lyrics come to me when I don't know about you, but when I'm driving.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm driving and like something will just come to me and I'll have to pull over the side of the road and like
Damn.
write it in my phone.
Yeah, I can relate. I relate to like when the inspiration just comes out of nowhere.
Do you hear riffs?
Yeah, and you put it on your your voice memo. Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing that I really pick up on is that listening to this record, it sounds like Lamb of God. It's exactly what you want to hear out of Lamb of God, but it doesn't sound rehashed. It doesn't
Right.
sound, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like it's vibrant and got the energy and the style, and it's still fresh. And that's
Cool.
not easy to do, man.
We're trying, dude.
That's not easy to do. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. You know,
Are you listening to different things for this new record? Like
listening to different.
Yeah,
things?
have you always listened to kind of the same stuff your whole life, or you looking for new music and new inspiration each album, or?
The song Sepsis that you heard?
Yeah.
The first line of that, the night the new Cure record came out.
I
Right?
love that record, dude.
I waited I had it for like, I don't know, a week,
Yeah.
but I wanted to be alone in my truck at night,
It's awesome.
driving with zero interruptions. I told my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't be here for this. Like, 'cause she'll like talk. Like,
It's just me and Robert right
and
now.
it's just me and Robert. And the first line of that song, on the eve of the great unraveling, I took the long way home. It was the night of the presidential election.
Oh shit.
Hence the great unraveling.
Damn.
And I was driving from on a back road, country roads. I went to meet some friends, and I took the long way home, and I listened to the new Cure record in its entirety
Wow.
on the way home in the dark. And I wrote those two lines when I got home.
Damn.
And so my inspiration for the very first lyrics on the new Lamb of God came from the Cure.
It's amazing, man. You've been a long time fan always.
And the horrible state of American politics.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow. It must be like an emotional kind of ride listening to that record and excitement.
Oh,
and new
dude.
record. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
the first
listened to
record.
the first song
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, because he dropped that song first. Or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, it's 7 minutes of just beauty.
Yeah. That was like the first record in a long time, I think, too.
Yes.
Yeah, Cure is the best, dude.
Yeah.
That was a great record. I think it got some nominations too. I thought it went under the radar for a second, but I know that hardcore fans really loved it and
Yeah.
appreciate it. Robert's such a genius, man. So a 10th record coming out, and you got a tour coming up.
Yeah.
With
Kubla Khan.
and Fit for an Autopsy.
For an Autopsy.
That's a sick lineup, dude.
And Sanguisug. I can't say their fucking names.
Oh
still.
shit! You better
Sanguisugabog.
figure out before the tour starts.
Sanguisugabog. I call him Booger Sugar, whatever.
That kicks off March 17th in Maryland.
Yeah.
Then you
Well-
have yeah.
Oh, okay. When is this podcast going to come out?
It'll come out before that.
Right.
When's your record come out? I'll come out. I'll drop it when the record comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Let's-
that
give me-
March 17th in Maryland,
Give me some secrets. What do you got?
I think we're going to have an underplay to kick it off
Yeah.
in Philly
Cool.
at TLA.
Sick.
So that'll be like maybe a free show, I think.
That's amazing,
Nice.
dude.
Yeah.
And you got the Headbangers Boat with Dillinger Escape Plan, In Flames, DRI,
Yes.
Harm's
Wow.
Way, Death Angel,
Yeah.
Gwar, Haunted.
Soylent Green.
It's a lot of bands on that thing,
Yeah.
man. Also, shout out to Tim Bohr, man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was your dude, man.
Oh,
Works
dude.
with
Oh, I
them.
think I did know that. We've talked about that
Yeah.
before.
That's
but
my
yeah.
boy. He used to book us
Sure,
back
man.
in a long
Tim
time
Bohr.
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
Goes
man.
way back with us.
He's from the hardcore world.
He is, bro.
Absolutely.
Philadelphia Troc, dude.
Yeah.
Were you with
Very-
him for a while? You've been with him for a while?
Oh, we've been with him. He's been our booking agent forever.
It says a lot about him and you. That he's a great dude, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. That's awesome.
What a teddy bear.
Yeah, dude. He's awesome. Yeah, go back way back with
A
him.
scary human being, though.
Yeah, yeah. it could be. Yeah,
Could
he's
be,
a-
yes,
he's a big
yeah.
dude.
he's a hardcore kid. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw you list a bunch of top records. I don't have to go. Sorry, Robert Johnson, The Cure,
Yeah.
Prince Ferrari,
Prince Farah.
Farai, Floodland, John Coltrane, Upsetters, Joy Division, Big Black, Discharge, Bad Brains. That was a cool list of stuff. Me and my wife watched. My wife likes a lot of stuff you mentioned.
Yeah.
Coltrane, The Cure. That was a cool list you did. Very diverse
Yeah.
palette for a metal band.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't come from the
I
the
know
metal
you don't.
world. It's
Well,
just I just wound up here somehow.
But you're excited for the record and playing new songs and you've
yeah,
already,
yeah, dude. That's always like. I mean, dude, I love our music, but like, I got to be honest. Like, you guys are in bands.
It's
It's
about
always
introducing
fun
new
to-
songs
It's
to
always fun to play the shit that you haven't played 3,000 times.
introducing something new in the set.
See if it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always kind of playing a new song. We've been talking about H2O new songs for fucking, it's
Yeah.
been 10 years, but like putting something new out. Do people care? Do they like the old song? Do they like fucking, it's got to do it though.
You need a new record.
Yeah, because you're going to be happy too. You have to be happy playing something new and
Yeah.
express yourself, right?
Yeah.
What's the latest obsession you have?
Latest obsession I have. New book I'm working on.
Another book.
Yeah.
Fiction. this time?
Fiction.
Nice.
I'll
Yeah.
be interested.
Yes.
In that one. For
You're a
sure.
writer. You're an author. It's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, dude.
It's weird.
Okay, so a new book that you're writing right now. Okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna come out this year, maybe.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. We already talked about social media. We talked about last book you read. What's the last book you read?
The last book I read that I finished, I just finished? Actually, I'd reread it. I reread it. There's a good book I'm reading right now. How about that?
Okay, cool.
It's called Separation of Church and Hate. It's about. It's by this Christian dude. I'm not that, right? But like, it's by this guy who does not like the way the sort of mega church fundamentalist weirdo Christian nationalists are portraying the Bible.
Okay.
You know, it quotes a lot of the stuff from the Bible that upsets people who claim to be Christian.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay.
Separation of Church and Hate.
I like that name. I like the whole subject.
Because we're supposed to have separation of church and state.
Yeah,
here,
man.
You know.
Okay, we talked about that. Obsession, last book you read. What are some daily rituals?
Wake up, make coffee, read some Stoic philosophy, journal, and I saw in your bathroom you got the Daily Stoic.
Yes.
My friend Ryan, I'm good buddies with him.
Oh, the guy who wrote it? Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I've
awesome.
done his podcast. I normally write some of that, and then lately I've been working on this stuff called foundation training to help strengthen my old man back because years of jumping off of shit
dude,
is
we got
like,
all kinds of dude.
you know, we got to work on the core. So
Yeah.
I've been doing some core exercises. And then I hang. Do you have a pull-up bar?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep.
How long can you dead hang?
I've been starting to do this lately. It's good for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. How long do you hang for?
That me and my neighbor, I hang for 75 seconds 4 times a day, but me and my neighbor on Wednesdays have the hang off, and we both tied 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
Wow.
Yo, are you serious?
Yeah, so I want to get up to 5 minutes.
Why is that
but-
good for you? Explain to the listeners.
Well, your grip strength is a good indication of like your overall health,
Okay.
and it's good for your back.
Yeah,
So you're doing-
Decompresses your spine.
You're doing two
yeah.
hands though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
as
saw
of right now.
I just saw the singer Fury 5 posted he does one and then the other arm and he just switches off. He's like hanging. It's like you talking about how important that is. I never thought about
It's
that.
really good for you.
So you're doing that. I'm gonna start doing that. Okay, you're stretching. You're doing that.
Hang. See how long you can hang.
You do planks.
I started doing 8-point planks with this.
The fuck's
this
that?
8 points of contact, like hand here, your elbows, your knees, and you're like pressing to the ground. Like it's this.
You're pretty flexible, man.
I've gotten away with just being skinny and having a good metabolism for
Yeah.
too long, and now I'm almost 55, and I'm finally having to like take care of
Plus,
myself.
surfing's good for you too, though.
Yeah.
And you're a coffee guy. I saw you brought a coffee.
Yeah.
We're almost done. We out of here. This guy's telling me we gotta go. What about some hip hop love?
Yeah. What about anything new lately?
Yeah. You check out new stuff.
No, nothing new.
Old
Not in a
old stuff,
while.
top fives or anything, or old MCs you listen to or like, or
I do like the new Clips record that came out.
loved
last
it.
year.
Great, incredible.
Yeah,
Great record.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope it gets some Grammys. There's so many nominations.
Yeah.
Great fucking
I
record.
mean, I got to represent.
Oh, yeah,
that's your
dude.
neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, and we know. I know.
Don't tell me you
Gene.
know them.
Yeah,
That's sick.
I loosely know Push. So
Hard, amazing. The record's
as
fantastic.
a matter of fact, regrettably, there was a sort of remix thing of
Bro.
I'll have to play it for you. Let's just say there was a Lamb of God track that got cut up into beats and stuff, and that there were some rappers on it and never got released. But
Bro, I
one
need
of
to
them
hear this.
may or may not have been in the clips.
Dude, that's incredible, man. What about a New York Hardcore top 5?
Oh, you mean albums?
Whatever you want.
Oh,
And it doesn't have to
man.
be in any particular order. Everybody
Right.
always struggles with this, just so you know.
Let's see, take your time. You got it.
I'm no offense. I know you're Agron.
Man, boy, it ain't not-
and Madball, but
Please.
the greatest New York hardcore record of all time is Age of Quarrel by the Cro-Mags.
I agree.
That's
Dude, we both
hard.
we both agree.
It's so good.
That's your number one?
Yeah. And then in New York hardcore in general, I mean, I would say, was it Handsome Manitoba's? I used to like to drink down there.
Woo, that was a crazy coke cave. That was a wild place.
I used to like to drink there. CBGB, obviously, that's a wonderful thing. ABC No Rio, we played shows there.
Doing clubs now. I like that.
And I think just the vibe of the Lower East Side in the 90s.
Hell yeah, dude. We were out there.
Yeah, it was a good time. That was a good time.
Yeah.
All right, last two. Optimist or pessimist?
Realist.
Okay. And any regrets?
I mean, I could say no, because they're foolish, I think. They're no good. I try not to live within regrets.
Yeah.
I try not to live within regrets. I guess if because they're pointless.
I like that.
If I thought about it, I mean, there's plenty of things I'm not stoked that I did that I would have done differently.
Yeah.
But there's no point in like thinking about that. It's magical.
You're in such a different chapter now in your sobriety and everything now. It's like the past, you know? Yeah.
And plus some of the shitty stuff from my past I can use to help people.
For sure. Well, Into the Oblivion comes out March 13th. The book, Just Beyond the Light, is an incredible book. I loved it. I'm not a reader, and I just loved all the stories, and I appreciate you sharing those stories, and I'm stoked that you're an author and you have a third book coming out. It's awesome.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate you coming back to my podcast. It's been like 4 years, man.
I know.
It's awesome, man.
Stoked to be here. I'm super stoked. Maddie
Maddie Henderson, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
People can listen to episode 126. It came out in 2021. That was the first time Randy was on. But thank you for your time always, and thank you for all you put out in the world and all the lives you changed with your music, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank
the
you for
PMA,
having
your
me.
PMA you put out there. Anything else, Maddie?
No, you covered it real well. That was a good summary.
Thank you, man.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you.
Thanks to you, dude, too, for being so patient.
It's all good.
Okay, we out of here. Bye.
Cheers.
Gotta give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swiped the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I'd have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4545 866-934-4570 or go to Removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is an over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to Removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies. You can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.